everybody. Welcome to Impossible Coin. I am coming to you live from America's unwashed trousers.
Disgusting.
No debate there whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
And coming to me live from America's center mass, Tegan Somerset.
Oh, no. Brian, haven't you heard? I'm in a new location now.
Wait, what the fuck?
I'm from north of America's current environmental disaster.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, no.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, because, Don DeLillo's White Noise is happening in real time.
Yeah, it sure fucking is. And guess what? That's where it was fucking filmed, too. Isn't that great? Same goddamn city. What a time to be alive. Yeah, north of America's current environmental disaster, Tegan Somerset. South of America's current environmental disaster, Rocky Hardy.
That's me. What up?
We're here.
You gave people the deets. I really hope that there's some weirdo sweating in a room who has a map and just moved a push pin.
Oh my God. Well, I do let everyone know. I do want to let everyone know the city of Cincinnati, Ohio, has stopped accepting water intake from the Ohio River.
Mm-hmm.
That's on the opposite side of the goddamn state from the environmental disaster. So that's how seriously they're taking it. And they do have one of the best water filtration plants in the world for their city, as my environmental sciences major told me 1,000,000 times while we were roommates. Like, it's bad. Ayo.
And it is also worth pointing out, there is a river in Cincinnati that caught fire once time. A river caught fire.
Oh yeah, rivers catch fire in Ohio all the time. My water table comes from a river that caught fire a lot. Often enough that it ended up in the newspaper. Just like, fire happened again. Fucking stupid. It happened often enough that was the thing that triggered the EPA being, started up in Ohio. Ohio's EPA started because of the goddamn river fires. Love it here. So good. Happy to live in the waste world of Ohio.
Also from the waste world of Ohio, Rocky Hardy.
Hi, my name's Rocky Hardy, and I live in the Ohio River Valley.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Why does this sound like an AA meeting now? What the fuck is going on?
I mean, this is just where I live now. This is just what's going on.
Oh, hi, Gogo-chan. Are you here to judge Rocky Hardy's intro?
That makes some sense.
Oh, hi. Yeah.
What do you got, Go-Go? Do I get a nap in the sunbeam?
Man, this is apparently more important than Sunbeam. She has emerged from the Sunbeam to come over to specifically stare at me.
I think that's a good intro then.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let's go. Real podcasting starts now.
Oh, it only took 6 years.
The cat has arrived. That's how you know it's time.
There you go.
Oh, wait. I believe that our 6th anniversary happened since the last time we recorded.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
It's the day before Valentine's Day.
Oh, it is.
We've been doing this for 6 years, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta start a season 7 fucking folder. Hang on.
That's right. Organizes us into seasons. I forgot.
I do. Oh, good. I already made a season 7 folder. We're great.
Past Tegan's on it. Let's go.
Past Tegan's on top of it.
That's right, Gogo-chan.
Christ.
Past Tegan has got it sorted out.
Dab. Man, how does it feel? Our podcast has now graduated kindergarten and is on its way to 1st grade.
I mean, it was like a podcast. I think we're still here.
Yeah.
Is it okay? Is it finding its way in the world?
I think it's doing all right.
I feel like our podcast enjoys ants on a log, as a snack.
I also enjoy ants on a log, but only if you pull the strings out.
Wait, really?
I don't like the celery strings. No. They get caught in my teeth. I don't like it.
Okay. All right.
I mean, with corn on the cob. It gets caught in my teeth and I don't like it.
But are you cool with corn off the cob?
Yeah. I'll cut the corn off the cob myself. You can grill a corn on a cob and I'll take a knife and just slice it all the way down the side. And I eat the corn. It's good.
Thank you for podcasting.
That's the thing that breaks Brian. Tegan doesn't eat corn on the cob. I'll eat it on the cob. It's just when this stuff gets stuck in my teeth, I don't like it.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's a braces thing, I think. That's a thing that's held over from when I had braces.
I never had braces. So
I definitely did. So, like, my orthodontist thought for some reason, like, my name was hilarious and would never waste an opportunity to tell me.
wild.
One of those. He would sit there with, like, my mouth cranked open where I couldn't talk, like, ho, ho, ho. And he'd be like, hello, Brian, how things on the Cartwright Ranch? How things in the Ponderosa? Things good on the Ponderosa?
We're getting to deep lore today. Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, all right, Dr. Wolf.
I mean, we do also have our first Brian update of the year, don't we?
Oh, wait,
yeah,
do we? Do we? Like,
Yeah, there's been a
oh,
Brian update since our last recording.
oh yeah, I think I put it in. I put it on
Discord.
in Discord. Yeah. Let's see here.
Yeah, Atlanta Brian on Valentine's Day. We got an update on Atlanta Brian.
Yes, Atlanta Brian behind his arena center again.
Again. Maybe it's because he's not getting the bills because you are.
Atlanta Brian, I'm here to tell you, friend, there are buy nothing groups on Facebook. There are places to find furniture you don't have to pay for. It's absolutely fine. Someone will say on the internet, please take this fucking chair. You could take that fucking chair, friend. Like,
That's true.
if you just need a place for your butt, the internet has got you. Like, just don't. Just, like, you might need to find somebody to help you pick up the furniture, but, like, just stop. Atlanta Brian. This is Phoenix Brian. Stop renting furniture. I cannot think of a more, like, Dickensian scam than renting furniture. Like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm. Craigslist seems shady, but there are some gems. Also, like Facebook Marketplace, if you want to actually pay for furniture, you can do that too. Just tell them you're going to come with cash and then actually show up with cash.
Yep. That's the
And
one.
like a pickup truck or a minivan. Or, honestly, you know what? You can fit a surprising amount of things in a Honda CRV.
That's true.
Oh.
I will say that. Like, estate sales are a thing. If you want something really cool, go on Sunday where it's like they're knocking the price down to 50% off. That also works.
Yep. Yeah. Just to give you all a peek behind the curtain, this is the second thing that Impossible Coin has recorded today.
Mm-hmm.
Earlier today, Rocky and Tegan recorded the anime episode for our patrons.
Yeah, for March.
Which feels like a good reason to talk about our awesome Patreon content, because, like, I believe that this week our patrons are getting, like, a gigantic Sundance Film Festival wrap up, and then, like, the week thereafter getting anime, or like they might even fall the same week. Like, oh my god, it's just tons of hashtag additional content.
Anime comes out on off weeks, so this week is a show week. So they're getting the show and then the Sundance, and then next week they'll get anime.
Yeah, I get just all that content. That feels like a good segue to Brian talking about being stupid.
Okay.
So I am guest starring again this week on Final Girls Feast, because for some reason, unbeknownst to me, they thought that I was a voice that should join them for their entire month of episodes about love and obsession. I don't fucking get it. But they're like, yes, please come to our love and obsession month. I'm like, okay, cool. And so Brian thought that the episode, that the movie that was supposed to be watched for this week was the only film that Dan Aykroyd has ever directed, Nothing But Trouble. Mm-hmm. And so I'm sitting around, I'm watching Nothing But Trouble. I'm like, this sure is a picture. You know, and I'm seeing stuff like weird, evil Dan Aykroyd under heavy prosthetic makeup saying stuff like, how about a nice Hawaiian punch? And like stabbing an old-fashioned can of Hawaiian punch with like an oil can spout. It's a neat enough movie. You know, Demi Moore and John Candy are like particularly charming and cute in it. Mm-hmm. And so like I messaged Sarah, one of the hosts of Final Girls Feast, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just about done with this John Candy movie. John Candy and Dan Aykroyd movie. I've taken extensive notes. And she's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, Nothing But Trouble, right? We're supposed to be watching Nothing But Trouble, right? And she's like, no, we are not watching Nothing But Trouble. The movie that we were supposed to be watching is Trouble Every Day, directed by Claire Denis.
Amazing! Ayo, got him.
Yeah.
Wrong Trouble movie.
And so after watching Nothing But Trouble, I then watched the French language film Trouble Every Day, directed by Claire Denis, which stars Vincent Gallo. And like, I got to tell you what, if there was a lineup of people and someone said to me like, Brian, who stole your wallet? And like, I could definitely make out the person who stole my wallet and Vincent Gallo was in the lineup, I would definitely just point to Vincent Gallo anyway.
But did he steal your heart?
Fuck Vincent. No. Vincent Gallo is completely. Vincent Gallo has no access to my heart whatsoever. Like, fuck that guy.
Amazing.
I literally only know one person in the entire universe who has set up a website where he sells his semen for $1 million. That person is Vincent Gallo.
That sounds disgusting.
That is an appropriate reaction, Tegan. That is an appropriate reaction. Okay, let's talk about some stuff.
Sure.
Tegan, the Splatfest happened.
Yeah.
Was it cum?
Yeah, it was. It was a sweep for white chocolate. It turns out the Splatoon community cannot resist an excellent opportunity to make a lot of jokes.
Yeah.
And those jokes worked in their favor because Team White Chocolate, which was Team Big Man, swept again, just like they did with Team Water. I'm so sad. We should have joined Team White Chocolate.
I wasn't going to join Team White Chocolate.
Why'd I have to be true to my feelings instead of true to the bit? God damn it. I'm so mad.
Yeah, but Team White Chocolate won everything. They won popularity. They won the pre-competition shell count. They won in pro and in open. And so they won every single category. Narrowly, I might add. But
the
they differential,
did win.
But they did win. They won all of them.
It was hard.
Honestly, I played my games.
To be fair, they won votes by a significant amount. They got 42% of the votes. Team Milk Chocolate got 33% of the votes, and Team Dark Chocolate only got 24%.
Yeah.
But we did our best.
I mean, I did well, personally. I had a positive record. I won 3 times 10 battles. We had a lot of close matches that we won very well. It was a good time. I had fun.
I had fun, too. I did good. And I wasn't losing all the time, which was the important part. I hate losing all the time. I'm never going to come back from that.
Oh my god, yeah. Brian, so there was one game that we actually got the clip of, like, the last bit, from my perspective, not Tegan's. Even though Tegan's probably actually the reason that we won. Fixed bag, whatever. And there's like 15 seconds left. Game's almost over, and Tegan says, "We lose this. We're gonna lose." And I'm like, and I yell like Tegan to like tell her like, Tegan, don't say that. And she's like, well, we're gonna lose. And then like you see like my ult, I like use like my ability to like draw the attention of like the opponents while Tegan like goes behind me and sneaks into their base and like inks a bit.
Yeah.
And then like the final count, and we looking at the map, it's like, shit, no, we probably lost. And then we won by like 0.3% of the map. We like barely won.
Barely. It was wild.
And so Tegan can't tell me that we're gonna lose ever again.
I can.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, it was immediately followed up because I realized that maybe Tegan deciding that we might lose like actually allows her to play better. So like I just gotta leave her alone. She's doing her own thing.
Absolutely not. You can't allow it.
But it was fun.
It's a different experience if we have like a DC or something, but like if I can control it, I will. Yesterday, I won a splat zone, and we had a DC at the beginning. And they were like, you're going to do the splat zone anyway. And I was like, bet, I'm going to win the splat zone. And I had 20 kills, and I inked the most turf.
20 kills? Oh my god, Tegan.
20 kills. I was a monster, and I was just like, it doesn't matter that we have that we're one person down. I am enough.
Long story short, we're getting better at Splatoon.
I'm getting so much better at Splatoon. God damn it. I'm mad about it, but it's fine.
Yeah, what are you mad about?
I'm gonna pick up a roller next, I think.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm gonna stick with sniper right now. I think I'm gonna go for a roller. I think I'm too aggressive to be a sniper.
Okay.
It's a weird learning curve for me, because normally I don't want to be anywhere near the combat. So
No, that's fine. It's okay. I'm the one that wanted to learn Sniper anyway, so I might do it at some point.
They announced a bunch of stuff, which we will get into when we talk about the Nintendo Direct later.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Chocolate Splatfest went well. Very good.
Right.
10 out of 10. Can't wait for the next one. I hope our next event is a fucking
Big run?
Is a big run, yeah.
Yeah.
I want another big run.
Should we get the Grizzco roller for real, actually?
Oh my god, for real? That'd be fun.
Yeah.
What map would you want the Grizzco roller on?
The school one.
Yeah. That'd be good. I think also like the hot springs would be okay.
I could do hot springs on the roller. It feels a little small, but it'd be easier to control, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Like, it's mostly like ramps, which is why I think it would be a good fit.
Oh, for the roller. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Much to think about.
Much to think about. So many things. The tricolor map last time was different.
Okay.
Than the game before, or than the Splatfest before. And it's really interesting seeing how they rearranged the maps to make tricolor work.
What did they use for tricolor?
I don't remember.
Oh god. Okay.
It was one of the maps that I'm not like super comfortable on. Let me look.
Bye, maybe?
No. It was Sturgeon Shipyard.
Oh, okay.
I had to look at all the maps to figure out which one it was. It was Sturgeon Shipyard.
Yeah.
Which was a good one, but it felt weird. You know?
Yeah, I hear that.
I hope we get Macomart.
Macomart would be cool.
Macomart would be fun for a tricolor. I also think Macomart would be fun for a
Wait. No, Teeks, they always do tricolor in Sturgeon Shipyard.
Do they?
Yeah.
I don't think they did.
No. Like, what they do is that they extend out. So, like, the bases where you start, like in Sturgeon Shipyard, like those, like not thirds, but like maybe like quarters are like cut out, and they're moved onto like the sides of the middle.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. But like Sturgeon Shipyard is the one that you normally do it on. Like that's where tricolor's been. Oh wait, no, hold on. Sturgeon Shipyard was with the ones that did rock paper scissors.
Yeah, no, it was Mincemeat Metalworks, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That one's different.
Mm-hmm.
Mincemeat Metalworks.
Mincemeat Metalworks. My bad. I got them mixed up. They all look the same at night. It's not my fault. But it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to do it again.
God, I'm telling you, Sniper's so strong. I can't wait. I'm gonna be the sniper that just like pops whoever touches the ultra signal. Like every time they get there.
I can't wait. I kept so my tactic was I kept the aerospray on, and people would start to get the ultra signal, and then I would just roll over on the
reef slider.
Yeah, on the reef slider, and just be like, "Pop, bye," and then I'd walk away.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Just like zip in behind everybody, pop, hey.
Okay, so I want to talk about two different video games at the same time for a moment.
Okay,
one is Splatoon, obviously, because that's where we are right now, and like the other one is inspired by like Rocky's talk of like, oh man, I'm going to be the all cap sniper, which makes me think about Sniper Elite.
Sure, yeah,
because like I'm just thinking about like how many video games have politics that make me unabashedly happy.
Sure.
Because like Sniper Elite is like, yes, friends. Do you very specifically want to shoot a fascist in the testicles?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like I'm like, yes, I would like to do that. I would like to get a fucking ball shot on a Nazi. And I'm like, how does one convey the euphoria and glee of a Nazi ball shot, but then transport that into something like Splatoon? And I'm trying to figure that out, because there is a glee that happens in Sniper Elite when you're like, I'm just sitting here in my bird's nest. No one knows I'm here. Oh, look, there's Hitler, ball shot. Like, that feels so good. So good. Like, because it's all of the, like, you know, it's the sniper proficiency stuff, which already feels good. So take the sniper proficiency stuff, and then take the goodness of, like, being a good enough shot to, like, call your shot on a specific body part. Now make it the balls. Now make it a Nazi. So how do you transport that goodness into something like Splatoon, but still make it something like accessible for all ages? I don't know, but
you play Team Cum in the last Splatfest, Brian. Like, so like the tricolor Turf War thing is basically like a capture the flag sort of mode.
Right.
Mhm.
And there's like one defending team and 2 attacking teams. And like the defending team, all they got to do is try to make sure that they've inked most of the space by the end of the game. And they get a full squad of 4 people. The other 2 teams get 2 squads each, but if either of them win, they both win. And so they get to attack from like the outsides while like the defending team has to defend from the middle. And there's an item in the center of the stage that only the half teams can like utilize called the Ultra Signal. If they activate it, they basically activate like pervasive sprinklers that ink like a side of the map throughout the entire match. So that just becomes another thing that the defending team has to deal with. So the simplest way for them to secure victory is to keep the teams from getting to the Ultra Signal altogether. And one strategy that I saw work with incredible success is that there's a sniper. If you have a sniper on your team, and they basically hang out on like one of like the 4 perches on, say, like Sturgeon Shipyard, which is where I've seen it work best. And all they do for the whole map, instead of running around and try to ink the space and everything, they just sit there and stare at the Ultra Signal. And whenever someone gets close, they just like throw a grenade and then like charge a shot. So as they're trying to activate it, which like forces them to stand still, they can't dodge or move while it's happening. They just pop them forever. Now imagine like doing that for like 2.5 minutes straight, where whenever someone showed up, they get popped, but you're just dousing them in cum and then they die.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
That's what I'm saying.
That's it.
That's the strategy.
That's the vibe. 100%.
You know,
That's what happens.
You know, like, all right, so it's weird. And it's weird that I'm having this very specific reaction because I just did this like test in my head and going like, is there a Nintendo series where dousing them with cum feels right?
It turns out it's only Splatoon so far, I think, maybe.
No. Like, honestly, as I ran down the series of like Nintendo series where I just want to douse something with cum, I came up with 2.
Okay.
And neither of them were Splatoon. I'm like, yeah, you know what? Keep the cum out of Splatoon. There are places for the cum. Why is that funny, Rocky? Why is there's places for the cum funny?
I'm going to write them down. You're going to look at it in 20 minutes, and you're going to tell me why it's funny. So it's fine.
You're going to be like, actually, that's the best name.
Honestly, I'm ready for like Samus to land on a planet with giant tanks full of cum that like Samus has brought. And I'm like, all right, there's only one way to solve this fucking problem. And just like Samus is just running around like, all right, you're a weird little jellyfish that wants to fuck with people. Fuck you. This is what you get. This is what you get. I'm ready for Metroid : Cum Chronicles.
Jesus. All right.
What? I can't tell if that's a resignation of acknowledging the truth of my statement or or just like a regular, this is Brian doing what he does.
I think it's a resignation. I don't know if I've accepted the truth of the statement.
Okay. The other one is, I'm ready for cum to come to Luigi's Mansion.
Is that not what Luigi was though? Like, does that not already exist?
I don't think the Luigi has come. I feel like fucking Luigi has been edging himself for several games.
Yeah, but people like him that way.
People like Luigi edging. He's like, oh, Mamma Mia, I'm so scared. Put the plastic bag on my head. I'm just going to be over here with my hand doing this, and just like, you know, like they're like. People love edging Luigi, but let edging Luigi fucking finish. And like,
man, I really do not like where this conversation has gone. Actually,
I'm sorry, I'm a bad person. You've known this for a while.
No, you're fine. It's just like I wasn't sure 100% where it was going to go, and now I'm like, okay, actually.
I'm just saying that he fucking likes the ghost. He's into it. It's his kink. Like, it's been, 3 games?
I'm not sure if I call this kink, but that's okay. That's fine. We can do that.
I just think it's some kind of, like, weird play, you know? And, like, he's just like, oh, these ghosts, it's my fucking thing. I love it. Oh, my God, I'm so scared. Oh, daddy, don't hurt me. It's just, like, that's his thing. That's his thing. It's cool. Like, I'm not here to, like, he met the ghost on Craigslist. It's fine. You know? Like, oh, you're hiding in the vase. Oh, that's nice. Oh, my God. Like, just hashtag let Luigi finish. Let Luigi finish.
Fair enough.
What's wrong with me?
No, Brian, you're fine. In fact, I'm going to take this opportunity to just check in on League of Legends to just add some virginity back to this conversation.
Oh, my God, please.
So I've just a quick check-in. Today is February 19th of the year 2023. I am at the edge of silver, or basically the top end of bronze on League of Legends. I'm not proud. I'm actually pretty deeply ashamed.
Wait, no, it's okay. It's okay.
It's fine. I'm gonna get through it, but I'm gonna use
your cigarette game. It's your cigarette game.
God, I hate that. But
no, we've talked about that. We've
talked about it. No, that's true. That's actually the way that I normally use it. I'm trying to use it as something else. I'm trying to turn it into something else. It's a weird alchemy I'm working on. But at the moment, my last 20 games.
The expansion on Hearthstone came out this week. I gotta let you know, I fucking did my thing, but continue with the League of Legends.
Yeah.
I'm
9-11 in my last 20 games. My KDA is fine. It's like 2.5, 2.25.
Right.
I've played 101 games this season somehow already, and my total record is 49-52. So this might be where I'm supposed to be unless I figure something else out, which I will. But god damn it, it's just this has been annoying for the time being. I've been looking at my scores, and I'm doing well enough in comparison to my teammates, but like I'm not doing well enough to win. And so like I need to definitely find like a breakthrough. And
do you
it's
mind
just
if I ask some questions? Do you mind if I ask some questions? Okay. Because like I mean like I know the problems that I have in Hearthstone.
Mm-hmm.
Which is that like I know the things that I simply could do that will like give me success.
Sure.
And I'm just like, all right, whatever, fuck it. I'm like, and I just create these like artificial barriers where whatever, I'm better than that. And I then just don't do them. Like I know I could just play Mech Mage.
Okay.
And then I don't play Mech Mage because I'm like, Mech Mage is like not interesting. It's not tactically compelling. It's not fun to play Mech Mage. Mm-hmm. But I could just play Mech Mage. Like, is this a case where like the things that you could do to succeed, but you just choose not to?
Not really. I do agree that like whatever's keeping me here is largely like mental, but I think there's also like mechanical and like knowledge based. Honestly, like there are things that I don't know about certain interactions that I don't play well. And I'm getting better at like being more aggressive on the things that I do know, where like I look at a person, I'm like, oh, I can kill you right here. It doesn't matter. And I could just take you off the map. You're not on the map for 40 seconds. I can use that to my advantage. But there are some situations where like I play like less aggressively because I know I'm supposed to be like a late game threat. But the problem is that I allow like my opponent to sit in like a neutral space. And so if my team gets absolutely rocked, and even if I'm better than my opponent, if I don't have that material advantage, I can't help them when I'm supposed to be strong. What I should do, honestly, is I should bury my opponent every time, no matter what. So even if I am doing well, then I can just take that advantage to the team, whether they're doing well or not. But I don't, honestly. Like I usually play pretty safe in like laning, and there are situations where like my laning partner will know that. Like they're just like, I want to be more aggressive here. And I'm like, well, I don't want to be aggressive because I don't know where the jungler is. And so I don't take this kill. And like, that is the fastest way to get ahead. But meanwhile, my opponents or my teammates are getting rocked on the other side of the map. And like, whether I don't take the 1 or 2 kills that I could get in laning, but I have a better farm lead, like I have money, but not as much as I could. And I am just taking away that advantage that I could use to help my team in order to protect some like perceived idea that like I need to be safe right now. I don't know. I've been punished like too many times to be being like overly aggressive that I don't like do it out of hand anymore. But like at the same time, I'm giving up opportunities for aggression that I should probably be using. But even then, I don't know. There are all sorts of little things that I'm bad at that I use like other things to crutch. Like, for example, I'm still not great at like the mechanical act of last hitting, of like killing a minion as low to health as possible, to the point that I use champions that are better at last hitting so I don't have to do it as well. And that actually does keep me from using other champions that could be better in certain matchups because I don't have this mechanical skill and I just have to get better at it. And also there's just things that I don't know about interactions later in the game, like 15 minutes, 20 minutes that I'm not like, that aren't just muscle memory for me now. So like I end up like lingering even with a lead longer than I should. Like I tend to play long games, and like while like the average game of League of Legends lasts about 28 minutes, my games seem to average about 30 to like 40 because like we can't close or I can't force them to close. But that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, that sounds frustrating.
A little bit. It's okay. I'm going to get through it. Besides, it's only February.
Yeah. No, I definitely have this, like, and I'm like, and I think you get it. Like, I have this, I have a real need. Like, I really feel like I need to get to Legend this year for Hearthstone. You know, like I've been, you know, like I've been playing like Hearthstone since launch. You know, like I have like the second oldest possible card back you could have just gotten through skill-based play.
Fair enough.
Because, like, I guess I didn't play the month of launch, but I joined the month after launch.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh man, you know, like I'm like I want, you know, like I'm like you know, like I've been here since the fucking beginning. Like I'm like, I need to I need that Legend card back. I need that card back that says that, like, I've been in the show, and you know it's time. It's fucking time. And if that means playing Mech Mage, I guess I need to play Mech Mage. So,
what would playing Mech Mage afford you?
Mech Mage is one of the deck types right now that just simply has too many tools. Like Mech Mage has like almost unlimited resources.
Okay.
They have cards that make cards.
Sure.
There's a card that is common in Mech Mage called Gorilla Bot A3.
Mm-hmm.
And Gorilla Bot A3's battle cry reads, if you control another mech, discover a mech. So it's basically like if there's already a mech on the board and you have a mech, like you get another mech in your hand. And then there's another card called Amalgam of the Deep, and it says choose a friendly minion, discover a type of the same minion type. And so, like Amalgam of the Deep, like you know, will give you more stuff just by virtue of it existing on your board already.
Okay.
And like I look at this stuff and I'm like, yeah, this all feels cheap. It and Jackpot Rogue. Like Jackpot Rogue and Mech Mage are just things that like conjure infinite resources based on like the cards in their deck. Like I know if I play Jackpot Rogue, like it'll just make cards.
I have two questions.
Sure.
First, just a general tone reading. Are you like looking for like a pick a top tier like conversation, or like are you like trying to like navigate like your game to like Legend level?
I mean, I know that the things that are like I know things that are reliably in the top tier right now are Jackpot Rogue and Mech Mage.
Okay.
But like I don't find either of those like mechanically compelling.
Sure.
Yeah.
I guess the next thing is that like I know that Legend is like very much near the top. It looks like it's like the penultimate tier altogether.
No, it is the ultimate tier.
Okay, then maybe I'm looking at this wrong because it looks like it says Diamond, and then Legend, and then High Legend.
There isn't actually a distinction between Legend and High Legend mechanically.
Okay. I guess so. My question here is the material difference between Legend players and I guess players at the tier that you play now,
right?
Is it simply the cards that they use? I
mean, like the thing is like what once you're like playing it, like say, like High Diamond, like
sure.
there are more interesting decks, but like a lot of the like middle level ranked play is just people which are using like mechanically simple decks, like hammering on each other.
Sure.
You know, because they are the easiest decks to pilot. And they're like, oh, okay, well, if I play Jackpot Rogue, I don't have to learn anything, that kind of thing.
Sure, yeah.
And I'm like, well, you know, like, that's true, but, like, fuck you. Like, it's kind of where I'm at. Like, well, you know, like...
I do. I mean, I get that. But, like, I know, like, League of Legends has a similar idea where, like, there is a top tier and everyone argues about what the top tiers are, but they usually talk about, say, maybe 5 champs per season that are like at the top because of where the meta is and what tools are being rewarded by like the systems that are in play. However, there are usually people that still rise to extremely high ranks, maybe not the top ranks, which are like Master, Grandmaster, and Challenger. And Challenger is like the pool that pro players are picked from. But there are all sorts of like one tricks that just use like very particular like champions. And what they do instead is that instead of playing like the best stuff or whatever, they develop a game plan and then they basically elevate all their remaining skills. You know, they learn every matchup knowledge, or they learn all the matchup knowledge that they could possibly need to approach generally any situation. They play a much more malleable play style to the point where like the tools that you do like in preparation for a match, they basically customize on the spot for the matchups that they're going into.
Right.
And like they have a very malleable game plan that over the course of the game can shift based on the needs. So like they basically supplant the material like advantages of the game with like their knowledge and preparation. And I don't know, I feel like that always felt more valid than just like using whatever the game is trying to incentivize you doing, because they obviously have their own reason to doing so and you just want to play your game. So play your game. Just figure out how to do it in the moment, I guess. You know?
Yeah, I mean, like, what you're saying makes sense. I can look at people like Kibler who are like, lol, the meta right now is Mech Mage and Jackpot Rogue. However, like, I've gone into the lab and I've developed like a Dragon Paladin deck which somehow like counters this.
Right.
And I'm just like, you beautiful strange wizard, how did you do this? You know,
they were in the lab.
And like I definitely appreciate it. Like it's wild to see the the stuff he does. Like, so I mean, like that's ideally where I would like to be, but like that feels like a much loftier goal, to be like the person who looks at the meta, chuckles at the meta, and is just like, okay, here's a meme deck that I made which counters the meta entirely. Like that seems like tougher. There were 2 decks he's been running this season, which like people said were like, oh, there's no way anyone compiled this deck to like Legend this season.
Right.
And so like people were like scoffing at the possibility of like Shadow Priest to Legend and Naval Mine Warlock to Legend. And here comes Kibler running Shadow Priest, running Naval Mine Warlock. And I'm just like, oh man, like there's a level of like discipline there to figure out like exactly how to fine tune that Shadow Priest, exactly how to fine tune that like Naval Mine Warlock. And like I think the thing that like I most admire about his style of play is an ability to like 100% stay cool under pressure. Where like one of my favorite Twitch memories is like I remember like somebody sitting in his chat and said like, what's the win condition for your deck?
Okay.
And his response is, what's the win condition for my deck? He chuckles and goes, the win condition for my deck is don't die.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And like honestly, that's the kind of talk that like you get into where you're like every game is turn based. And I'm like, wow, god damn it, you know. But like when he said, I profoundly connect with this. Like when he says like the win condition for my deck is don't die, because I knew what he meant, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's like, oh yeah, like he just, because I knew what he meant was that like in the current structure of the meta, like these mech mage people will eventually just run out of resources, and if they don't know how to play the game and they're out of gas, they're fucked.
Right.
You know, the Jackpot Rogue people will run out of gas, and if they don't know how to actually play the game, they're fucked. It just becomes a condition of like, it doesn't matter if you have 1 health or not, like whatever. If you have 1 health, you're still alive.
I mean, I believe in the 1 HP dream.
Exactly. And like I've won the 1 HP dream so many times in Hearthstone, and like when I do, like I am always just like big shouts, like fuck you, get fucked. Like there's something about the 1 HP win that like tastes like the finest punch. Or you're like you fool, you net decked, and now that you've net decked, I will fuck you. Like it just feels so good. You know, like they don't know how to play the game. They don't know like their late game is for shit.
Yeah, we have a late game. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like you've got no fucking late game. You thought you were gonna gas me in 10 minutes, but like, sorry, like I've been here for years, bitch. And just yeah. God, oh my God, we have just become such an incredibly niche podcast.
I'm having fun.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Rocky and Brian Discuss Competitive Video Games on the Internet. It's a show. It's what happens.
I mean, people tuned into that, so.
Yeah. I have a thing I want somebody to talk about who's impacted because I am not personally impacted.
Okay.
But, like, I feel like at least one of us is, which is fucking Daddy Musk trying to turn off TFA with phones.
Like, yep. It's too expensive, apparently, which is so stupid. Oh my god. I thought Daddy Musk had unlimited money. Why is he saying it's too expensive?
Is there any way we can deploy a Discord kitten on Daddy Musk? Like,
oh my god.
I feel like they're trying every day. I'm not going to lie.
I feel like if you could successfully Discord kitten Daddy Musk, you'd already be doing it, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't Discord kitten Daddy Musk. Like, I can't.
I know
Discord
you can't, but you know what I mean. Like, if you figuratively were capable of, you know, he would have already fallen for you.
Oh my god! I do not need the heavy burden of, that. That's a really heavy burden. That's a heavy burden.
Oh my god, it's not gonna be that heavy. Musk is like what, 5'2"?
No, he's not tall.
He just wants someone to tell him he's good at Minecraft. It'll be fine.
No, but hold on. That Elon Musk deepfake when he was talking about Minecraft, didn't he sound exactly like that shit? Oh my god. What was it? It's like, oh, so we need 2 diamonds, right? Like, god damn it.
Yeah, we don't have an enchanting table to fucking do the thing that you want. Well, see, you need 2 diamonds, and then you only mine the 2 diamonds, and then you can use those 2 diamonds to build your enchanting table so that you can get fortune and then mine the rest of the diamonds.
Oh my god. I mean, as terrifying as deepfake technology is, it is still very funny that people have been using the deepfakes for Donald Trump, Joe Biden, Obama, and like Elon Musk and Joe Rogan for like these internet meme videos. I'm having fun with those.
I feel like as long as what you're doing is quote unquote dumb shit and not something that could potentially cause an international incident, you're fine.
Yeah, I hear that.
You know?
I am enjoying the various photo chops that people have made of the, like, you must turn off 2-factor message from Twitter. And, like, the one that I have enjoyed the most was, like, hey, baby, you must send Elon Musk pictures of girl dick right now.
Oh
my god.
Yeah, it's like, hey, baby, Elon just wants to see your lap hog. It's okay. You can take the picture right now.
Ugh.
There's something about the idea of, like, Elon Musk, like, sitting in some, like, ivory tower completely alone where there's not even stairs that lead up to him, just, like, looking out a window like, this is how I finally get pictures of girl dick. That just...
oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. This is where we are, everyone. This is where we are.
At what point does someone with actual authority, like, step in and is like, okay, enough of this?
That's the thing. Money is authority. That's the terrible fucking thing. I hate it. Is that he showed up, he did the whole, like, when he bought Twitter and he showed up with a kitchen sink and he's like, lol, 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 I'm in the lobby of Twitter with a kitchen sink, lol, lol, lol. Like, now he's there, and now there are people on, like, H-1B visas, like, sleeping at the office because they're terrified of getting deported, and he fired one of the 2 remaining principal engineers of Twitter because they said, sir, no one's engaging with your tweets because no one likes you. You know, like, we're there, and, like, Twitter just burns down, and, like, and I think about, like, the social network platforms where I am still comfortable. And, like, there are places where, like, I can talk with people, but they're not really places where I can discover people. I can talk with people on Discord. I can talk with people on Mastodon, but I can't really discover people on Discord. I can't discover people on Mastodon.
Sure.
And that's the thing, is that, like, Twitter is one of the, like, the remaining channels of, like, human discovery for, like, social networking. And, like, here comes this fucking nitwit who's just like, oh, hi. Hope you already like your closed off chambers because I'm about to burn everything down. Hope you already know enough Discord kittens. Just like, oh, God. Oh. Fuck that guy. Again, not literally.
He is, like, really fucking up the creator economy specifically.
Yup. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. You remember that time like a couple months ago where he's like, you can't link to your fucking link tree?
Yeah, and then the EU was like, actually, that's against our rules internationally. And he was like, I guess you can then.
Yeah, he got blown
But not
up.
for long.
You can't have a link to your link tree if the website doesn't exist. Haha.
Right.
Yeah.
My secret strat is destroying my own $40 billion purchase. Imagine buying a car just to drive it into the wall.
Some people do that.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
Oh, God. What else is going on? I feel like we have a lot today, and I feel like we've been dicking around.
Yeah, we've been having fun.
Yeah.
I can go through a couple of these demos.
Yeah, Rocky played a shit ton of demos after the Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, the Nintendo Direct and like the Steam Next Fest going on. But I think I can I can talk about what I did with those demos and like when we talk about the Direct later.
All right.
But Next Fest, there were a couple demos that I played and a couple games I just straight up picked up. Like I played Inkbound, which is an online roguelite that features turn-based combat. It's very colorful. The story's not super interesting. Like you're these like creatures that are like brought out of the ink and like given form, and you're basically traveling through these like storybook worlds. And you have a couple character classes. Basically, during the demo, you have like a tank, a rogue, and like a caster available. The caster by far is the strongest. Holy shit! But I played through all of them. I got clears with all three. They're neat. They have pretty unique mechanics. The tank's like main thing is based on kind of like a heat gauge. You want to keep bonking things and you get stronger as you continuously take actions. The rogues have like a resource that you build up by using your normal attacks to cash in with a big burst later. And the caster has like a crowd control that's based off of like tethering yourself to various enemies. And you get buffs for like building up tethers, but also you can play with that build a couple of different ways. You can build in a way where like you want to build up tethers and stay tethered to everything for like a personal buff on a big attack. You can make like an economy of like selectively tethering and like breaking the tethers for increased damage. There's a lot of little cool like combat ideas that are going on. And then there's like a hub space where you basically get most of your quests. There's a lot of characters. The writing's fine. I'm not in love with it, but it is neat. I've been having a good time playing it. I played a bit with Tegan a few weeks ago, trying to get Brian in on it because it is set up to be 3 players. So like your runs are like 3 players max, and you run through the world. You make choices as a group, and you can like push through the zones like that. You can also play through it solo, which I've proven. And Tegan and I cleared when we played like the 2-player run that we did before. But I want to see what a full squad really feels like.
Oh, it sounds like I really do need to find my Steam Deck.
Yeah, maybe so.
I mean, it would assist in the playthrough.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, finding things is hard. I get that.
True enough.
I lose stuff all the time. You just don't hear about it. Because I'm like, I never lose anything.
The Steam Deck is in one of 2 places.
Okay.
It is either in a hallway closet, which is a total disaster fuck.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
But at least it would be there.
Mm-hmm.
Or it is no longer on site, but that is a thing which is not for this podcast.
Fair enough.
So,
well, I hope it remains on site.
Same.
Yeah. But now I'm thinking about a thing that like happened in the Nintendo Direct, which I very much enjoyed. It just classic Nintendo Direct strategy where they're just like, okay, here's a thing which is happening, and then they're just like, okay, we're going to sate very niche weirdos, which has kind of been part of their strategy for how they handle like what games get added to like the platforms that are available for people. Like they're like, hey, we're going to add this to any, like NES Online or SNES Online or N64 Online. They've been like very, very much into like adding like the games which are like the most obvious choices, and then after adding the most obvious choices, they're like, okay, and now here's a game for very, very niche weirdos who are very loud.
I think we should change that phrase to be specialized fandoms.
Again, I know I'm a niche weirdo. Don't take that away from me.
Okay, if you want to be referred to as weirdo, that's fine.
There's nothing wrong with being a weirdo. Weirdo is not like a negative adjective. Like if you say something like smells bad, like that speaks to quality. If you say something smells interesting, that's like that's an agnostic of quality statement. You're like, oh, okay, it's interesting. Like could be good, could be bad. And like that's the way I read the word weirdo.
Okay. I see. That's fine then. You can be a weirdo.
Okay, and they're like, hey everybody, we're adding Kurin to like fucking GBA for online because we're here for the niche weirdos. And I'm like, congratulations, you've actually made me turn on my Switch, you fucking bastard. It's like, it's such a strange, tiny niche genre because like what? There's like Kurin, irritating stick, and roundabout. Like that's it, right? That's it. But they're like, yep, here you go. Here you go. Like, here's this game. The weird bouncing back and forth like stick game. Man, like how do you launch GBA online with that game? How? There's like 10 people who give a shit. I'm one of them. But
Nintendo does a lot by keeping 10 people happy.
They really do. Like they definitely know when to butter that fucking strange bread.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're like, all right, 10 of you people are gonna fucking do a backflip. Here you go, 10 people. Which, to be fair, I think is what has kept the Mother 3 discourse so vital over the years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because so many people are like, all right, look, there are times where Nintendo has definitely done shit for smaller niche communities than the Mother fan base. At what point will they look to our fan base, which is actually not that small, and just fucking finally service us?
They're like, we have faith. One day.
You know, God, back to the fucking edging talk on this show. Jesus, Nintendo edging masters.
One day Papa will see us.
Yep. Which is probably also why I'm like, Brian's like, you know what? One day my fucking Eternal Darkness ship will come in. But
one day. I believe it.
Do we want to wander to the direct and then graze back to like some of these other topics? But like it feels like we've gotten to direct territory, but I don't know.
Control yourself, Brian. It's going to be a huge thing. It's going to.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Look at all these bullet points. I'm not talking about Poker Face.
Well, yeah, no, I just put everything there. We can talk about what we want to. Like,
Brian, talk about Poker Face.
Like, I just put everything on there. We don't have to discuss everything that was released. People know about the direct by now.
Okay.
They want to hear us talk about the things we care about, remember?
Okay. I've talked about Columbo on this show, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I also want to be on record saying, like, I was ahead of the curve with the Columbo revival.
Fair enough.
Now there is a show starring Natasha Lyonne, which is pretty much like Columbo again. They could just call the show Columbo again. Or, like, what if Columbo was Natasha Lyonne? Where, like, the entire first act of the show is they show how a crime was committed. They're like, okay, here's crime. And then, like, the rest of the show is how Natasha Lyonne comes to know that they did the crime.
Mm-hmm.
It is not a whodunit, it is a how catch 'em. And, like, I have absolutely delighted in this show because it has been, like, the most interesting combination of guest stars. And, like, there are things that, like, Natasha Lyonne is like doing with her, like her physical acting. It's crazy. Like she is absolutely like adopted like physical gestures and movements, which are like that like Peter Falk used on Columbo. There was an episode where she said just one more thing and then like gestured at her own temple in the exact way that Peter Falk did.
Mm-hmm.
And I was totally the Leonardo DiCaprio pointing me. I'm like, yep, there it is. She said just one more thing and gestured at her temple. I love Poker Face. Like, I could not in good conscience recommend signing up for Peacock for any fucking reason before Poker Face. But I am now, like, believe me when I tell you, like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like, it is, you know, when I think of, like, the limited number of reasons I have to say wake up on a Thursday, Poker Face is here like, hey, Brian, maybe we could face the dawn. Poker Face is today. It's a delight. It's absolutely a treasure. Like, it is evident every week that Natasha Lyonne is having so much fun. And like, I love watching, you know, like film or television where it's obvious that the people who are doing it are having a great time, and like she's just bursting with so much enthusiasm. Like it's the good stuff. Okay, apparently there's no points of interaction on Poker Face, so what the fuck else are we talking about?
I haven't seen it. I'm glad Natasha Leon has like a job, but like I don't know. I'm a Peacock.
Do we stick it in the server? Does Poker Face happen on our Discord? Is that what happens?
I don't know. Why not?
Yeah, there we go. It does happen the same day as Star Trek Picard, which means that could be a double dip. Like, come check out Picard and Poker Face, because Picard started up and the season premiere was like, hey, remember how there've already been 2 years of Picard, and pretty much anybody who watched the first 2 seasons of Picard like grumbled about them because they're like, when are you going to give me what I want? And then and then they started season 3. They're like, hey, everybody, would you like what you want? And I was like, yes, I would like what I want. And they're like, okay, here you go. To the point where, like, when they got to the end credit sequence on Picard, they're like, all right, here's the theme that James Horner wrote for the original Star Trek, the motion picture. I was like, oh, God. Oh, this is like the coldest Gatorade after a run. This is what I want. This is what I need.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. The season premiere definitely focused on the relationship between Picard and Riker, and it just felt so good to see those like actors like playing off each other, to see like very tiny old frail Patrick Stewart like hanging out with Jonathan Frakes, and that was good stuff. It was good to see Beverly Crusher with like the biggest phaser rifle you could possibly imagine. And like there is a plot line which is like very obviously about Worf, but is going to be played as a reveal. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, you know what? I'm fine with this. I'm fine with you teasing, y'all, because so far the teasing is fine. It's a plot line about Starfleet intelligence, and somebody has like been sent undercover, and like they're very, very frustrated as to like what their assignment is from their anonymous handler, because they just don't know what they're supposed to be doing. And their anonymous handler like sent them a message that said, you are a warrior. And I'm like, that is Worf. That is fucking Worf. Your handler is Worf. You're going to tell me in 3 weeks that that's Worf. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be fine with it. Even though I know it's Worf right now and I'm ahead of your reveal, I'm totally cool with this fucking like Worf storyline. So good stuff. Fun stuff. What else is happening? What is going on? I don't know. What? Thank you for podcasting.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I did play a demo that I found interesting. Hennessy actually brought it to me, called Faith: The Unholy Trinity.
Okay.
Faith is a horror game styled it with like NES graphics that came out in like 2014, if I remember correctly. Sure. The Trinity's been recently made available on Steam, and it's this NES style game that's like terrifying. It's so fucking spooky. It's styled after like The Exorcist, basically. I'm gonna read you just real quick like the Steam description of this video game. What you are about to do has not been approved by the Vatican. As a young priest, struggle against demons, insane cultists, and your own weakening faith in this pixel horror game inspired by the era of 8-bit gaming and the, quote, satanic scare of the 1980s. I've touched this game. It's pretty spooky. I think there's an excellent use of, like, the 8-bit tools, like, Wither technology and all that. And I think there are really cool design choices that they decided to make with the game. I don't remember if the demo is still available. I don't think it is, but I played through the whole first game, and I hadn't gotten to touch like the demos for the other 2 games. But the game uses like this overhead view of like 8-bit where you're just like this dude walking around, but also they'll do like actual like 8-bit cutscenes that kind of just look like mocap. That's like rendered with like 8-bit lines as if like they had like a camera and they just like ran it through like ACI or whatever. It looks real spooky looking. Like the movement is like slow and like jarring, and like the creatures that they make are actually like real like creepy looking. It was very cool. And at the beginning in the original Faith game, you pull your car over on the side of the road to head to like this house to essentially finish this exorcism that you failed to finish a year ago. And you're walking through this forest, and like you don't really have a map. I mean, technically you do. You press pause, and you see like an overview of like the landmarks in the area, like an old tree. There's a well, there's a shed, and then there's the house that you're trying to get to. But the path that you're walking through is like grid based, kind of like the original Legend of Zelda. But all the other squares, with the exception of like the landmarks, are completely randomized. You only have like 2 modes of control. You basically can move, and you can hold up your cross to try to exercise things. And that's how you deal damage. That's how you purify like otherwise like cursed items. And whenever you purify a cursed item, you get a little note that like tells you more about the world. A like beautiful rendition of like 8-bit Moonlight Sonata plays. It's very good. I had a great time playing it. It spooked the hell out of me. I might buy the whole series. Who knows? I don't know if I'll stream it, but maybe I will. Who knows?
You should.
Oh man, like some of these screens are so spooky. Like you can see some of them in the trailer. Like if you like open like I put a link to the Steam page in the show doc, so patrons, you can look directly at it if you really wanna. And you can see what I mean with like the like 8-bit drawings of like characters, and like they're not just sketches. Like it would honestly, I'd be fine if they were just sketches, but they're like full motion like video. Just like with these like weird black outlines with like the chosen colors to depict the characters. And like they are doing some shit. Like I like it. They put the voices through like modulators, so they sound kind of choppy as if it was like a real ass like old 8-bit game. It's very good.
Rocky, I'm sure you have it like at least once, but like, have you played Sinistar?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So, like, Sinistar was the very first game which included any kind of, like, voice sampling whatsoever.
That makes some sense.
So, like, it took up, like, a massive percentage of, like, the game's memory to include, like, a single voice sample, which was Sinistar saying, "I am Sinistar."
Mm-hmm.
And boy, oh boy, does it saying, "I am Sinistar" sound fucked up and weird.
Oh, yeah. I hear that.
And there really is just something about this like weird floating, like kind of like skull demony things, like "I am Sinistar," and you're like, "Yep, no, thank you, no thanks, will pass." And like, and that's I think a thing that like horror games have like strayed away from,
right?
Which is like, there's something about something just seeming wrong, which is what I think like what like. Horror games need to focus in on, because there's like that is part of horror games are inherently interactive because of the nature of games,
right?
And like okay, look, Brian wants 9.5 foot tall mommy to sit on his face just as much as the next guy,
sure.
But it doesn't scare the shit out of Brian,
right?
If that makes any sense.
You know what? Can I tell you something that seemed wrong when I was playing this video game?
Sure.
So I was walking through the forest, right? I'm on my way to this house to do something that, again, not approved by the Vatican.
Yep.
The spaces were randomized.
Yep.
Sometimes when you walk through like the forest, occasionally you'll see a deer on screen, right? And, you know, it has to be like a dice roll. But every once in a while, there is just like this weird pseudo-humanoid white creature that's just like crawling on all fours that'll just come in diagonally from the screen.
Nope,
like
that.
Towards the deer, and like you can hold up your crucifix at a certain distance and it'll just change its path and walk away, but sometimes it'll just roll over and mutilate the deer, and then that's the end of that, and then it'll just keep going. And it's just like that like, since that's randomized and like the whole space is randomized, if the longer you take to like advance the plot of the game, the more that will happen, and there isn't a real way to stop it. Actually, it turns out.
That's a lot.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I hope you never bring that up ever again. Can you promise me that? Thanks.
Teagues, I don't know if I can keep that promise. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you can. You sure can. It costs you $0 to never mention that again.
Oh, man. Okay. On a lighter note, I played a different demo called Spiritfall, right? Spiritfall is definitely a mashup style game. What it is, it's a roguelite Smash-like game. Basically, you choose your weapon instead of, say, like a character, but each weapon gives you a unique move set that works like Smash Bros. You have directional specials, directional normals, both grounded and aerial. You have a dash, you have a guard, stuff like that. And your goal is to traverse like these various spaces and kill the enemies until you get to the end boss, where you fight something, some person, some character that has a unique move set and like an environment that works in their favor repeatedly to like gain favor with the gods or something. And it's a better iteration of like the single player like Smash Bros thing that like they kind of made over the years. Like, don't get me wrong, the stories are neat. You know, Kirby being the last character surviving amongst all of them, proving that he's the strongest. Beautiful. Subspace Emissary and all the wacky shit that happened, like Snake versus Meta Knight, chef's kiss. But like as far as like the experience of playing the game, it feels like Smash with not a lot of imagination. And Smash is a great video game, so like they got away with it. It's fine, but I'd like to see more stuff that like Spiritfall that plays with that moveset and puts it in different situations. And I hope that this game ultimately does well. We'll see.
Dig it.
Mm-hmm. I also played the 10 Dates demo, which turns out to be a sequel. There was a game that came out in 2020, like May of 2020, that like did this sort of like speed dating thing over like Zoom calls with like FMV, like real actors. And it did okay. It did fine. And like this year, this past Valentine's Day, they released a sequel called 10 Dates, where you have two potential like protagonists, a man and a woman. They each have 5 like potential like paths that they can go down. I played the demo, which has like 1 date each for each of the 2 characters. It seems like surprisingly interactive. Like the writing is solid. The video doesn't feel like tacked on. It feels like you could play through a route in about 2 hours. So it's just like experiencing like 10 or so rom-coms at once or in a single box or whatever. And like you get a couple of dates out of each. Like the demo, I had access to one playthrough where I had this woman who's like a cosmetologist that's trying to get into like day trading. She does currently trade NFTs, which I don't like very much, actually. But we did the speed date thing, and then we did a second date at a bar where we played a card game. And the card game didn't feel like tacked on. It felt real. It felt like, you know, a thing that people would do. And I didn't win it, honestly. Like the way that the game worked is that like you basically guessed high or low. And every time that you guessed correctly, the character would reveal another secret about themselves. You just get to know them that way. And I got like 3 out of 5, but I feel like if I got 4 out of 5 or 5 out of 5, I would get like access to the third date, whatever that turns out to be. It seems good. Like I wanted to see if this was like the real deal, because I feel like FMV rom-coms could be a new like space for the genre to explore, just adding a bit more interactivity to it. It's obviously a thing that's like rife for like abuse or like, you know, shovelware and whatnot. Hell, it's been happening for years already, but like 10 Dates seems solid. It seems like a decent like dating simulator video game, and it just happens to feature real people instead of anime people. And okay, hold on. Of the demos, there's one more demo that I played. Tegan, I actually do want you to check out this one. It's called Radio the Universe.
Okay.
Radio the Universe is like a top-down, kind of like isometric dungeon crawler. The universe itself, like this, or like not the universe, but the space, the world itself, gives me like really huge, like Nier Automata vibes.
Ooh, okay.
Like, you know, like lost technology, like esoteric documentation, weird emotional, like situations that the characters find themselves in, like discovering emotion and whatnot. I came across a radio file in which like someone was conducting an experiment where they asked people about their dreams, and it describes like water as if it's a thing that's no longer in the world. Like I was in like a huge body of water, and they were clearly describing like an ocean, but they didn't know what it was anymore. And it was like about like, I think they were actually interviewing the machines about their dreams.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
It has like a tech tree. The color palette is very like stylized, like this like bright yellows and like harsh oranges and stuff. It's very neat. I've been like playing my way through it. does seem kind of difficult. I know that it's like compared to things like Dark Souls, but also Vampire Survivors. So I think it's more about like, like the Lost World like vibe sort of thing. But like its combat seems to have like some tools that like they want you to play around with.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
I will check it out. It's on Steam, right?
It's on Steam. The link is right there. I linked you directly to the demo. In fact, just look at like the trailer that they have running there.
Okay.
But yeah, like it's neat. I'm interested in it. And, like they do some shit with mosaics that I really fuck with. I do think that the game could probably do with like a better tutorial, which is something that like I think they're learning like the wrong lessons from like say some of the Souls-likes. I feel like the Souls-likes tutorialize themselves pretty well. It's just the content's pretty difficult. But like this one doesn't seem to like clearly highlight the types of things that they want you to do in a particular situation, but they're not that hard to get to because you don't have a lot of tools usually when they ask you to do them. So there's that. It's like big, spooky, mysterious. I want to know more about this developer, but I don't know anything about them right now.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The developer is 6E6E6E.
Yep. But like, I don't know if that's like someone that really popped out of nowhere, if it's like a spun off of something else. I don't know. But like the game that they've made, it's tightly controlled. And it seems solid from what I'm looking at.
What's a hex color?
Oh, the 6Es, yeah.
Yeah. It's a gray. What the fuck? Does that now I'm like, does that mean something?
I don't know, Jigs.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah. It definitely has its own mysteries, which I know that you actually enjoy.
I fucking do. God damn it.
Yep, got him. Okay, I don't want this to be the last thing I talk about. And I personally have like started like doing where I don't like to talk about things that I'm currently streaming unless I'm like closer to the end or I have something big to talk about because like it just feels like, kind of soulless updates. But I finished Skies of Arcadia Legends. Again, I love Skies of Arcadia Legends. It's a great ass video game. I personally believe that there aren't really anything like it in terms of like scale and like emotional impact. I hope there are. I hope someone can prove me wrong. There's like, hey, Rocky, you should just play this, and then I'll play it, and hopefully I'll love it. That sounds amazing. So call my bluff. But until then, Skies of Arcadia rocks, and there's nothing else like it on the market. I love that video game. It's so good.
It's a very good video game.
Mm-hmm. And I actually sat down with Chained Echoes, and I've kind of been ducking it a little bit. Like, my life has gotten a little busy on Wednesdays for some reason. But I sat down on Saturday, and I played a bunch of Chained Echoes on stream. There's a lot of really cool, cheeky things that the game's doing, It's cool enough, honestly, that it's JRPG that gives you an airship pretty early in the game, and then you have mechs that you can fight battles with. I like their decision to, like, forego random encounters that are, like, easy and boring to, like, scripted, like, on-the-map encounters, and then you get, like, free exploration of spaces. I like there's a thing that they do where, like, they give you, like, loot, which is the stuff that you get for drops from enemies that have no purpose other than to be sold. And by selling them, you get access to like the ability to buy certain things from merchants because they see that you're bringing in certain things. And so they can give you the option to purchase things that they think you might find useful. I think that's cool. I think like the lore of this game is absolutely crazy. Like there's definitely things that they're kind of like half talking about, like the idea of echoes being like remnants of past lives that are affecting you now. And like the way that like the protagonist can like sense the memories not only of themselves but of other people. They have like access to some sort of gate that gives them that access. That there is a girl that's meant to die but not yet, because if she dies it basically dooms the world all at once. That when she was killed on screen, the protagonist was basically met by like Majora's Mask sized deities that gave him a chance to undo it. The fact that you fought characters that are insanely busted that decided to play with you as a goof, and that was a boss fight, is truly wild. Brian, if you fought a person while you were in a mech and you slashed them and they stood there and then they snapped your fingers, suddenly you were at 1 HP, would you be worried about those people? Because I was.
Here and there. A little bit. Okay,
how about if they decided to increase their speed and then took up the next 9 turns?
Yeah, nope. They were just like...
And then said, just kidding, and restored the correct turn order.
Yeah, because they could just do that. Because, like, and you're still in the mechs, by the way, Brian.
You're in the mechs the whole time. You can't touch them.
Oh man, that was really fucked up. It was a very good video game. I can't wait to see the next weird bullshit that Chained Echoes is going to show me, which I assume will be soon.
We learned so many things yesterday.
Oh yeah.
So many things.
Yep. Just big lore dumping. Like apparently I'm only in I just finished Act 2. Turns out. So there's
it's like you want a lore dump for 4 hours. I'm so glad you're here.
I am always here to lore dump for 4 hours.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, and
it was a great time, I must say.
Yeah, definitely one of the best of times. I did play a video game that I can't describe as fun. That's not what I would say about it, but it was good. I played a game called He Fucked the Girl Out of Me, which is an itch.
Wait, who?
Yes.
What? All right. Okay. All right.
It's on there.
The first part of the answer came into the next thing you said, so I'm going to shut up now.
Cool.
You said itch. I was like, all right, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
The game itself was created by Taylor McHugh. It's available on itch. It's made in the style of a Game Boy game, maybe Game Boy Color, but it just seems like a colored Game Boy game, to be honest. It's described as a game about sex work and trauma, which actually takes you through an account of like the creator's like experience with sex work, which was largely negative. It was definitely like a challenging game to get through, and not in terms of difficulty, but definitely like subject matter and intensity. I think they have a great understanding of like the genre and what they were creating and the nature of video games. So while they do give you like control and like power, they are also able to like kind of trap you in an experience in a way that can be unsettling, but it felt, honest and real about like, I understood what this character was meant to feel and their experience in this time. And it's a game that's up, I believe, for a nomination from like the Indie Game Festival, if I remember correctly, which is one of the reasons I wanted to play it. And I did see bits of it. I've seen like coverage of it over the past like year or so, and that made me want to experience it and understand a bit more about it. And so I did. And oh boy, it was rough. It was a time for sure. There's an extensive list of trigger warnings. And so if you are interested in playing it, I suggest that you take those seriously because it does not pull punches. But I do believe that it is a good video game, that it is a meaningful addition to the genre. And if you can play it, maybe you should. But I thoroughly understand a person's choice to not play it, because it is a lot. It's super intense and not necessarily in a fun way. Actually, probably not in a fun way, if I'm being honest with you.
Good warnings. Damn.
Trying.
Rocky, I'm very proud of you.
Thanks, man.
Because I remember back in the day, we're going to go back to year one of this show. We're going to go back to the pre-Big Sotch theme days.
Oh, fuck, yeah.
A very early episode of this show, where early listeners to the show will remember a very put-out Rocky shrieking with a voice that almost sounded like panic, saying, "Brian, I'm not in your Cobra Club."
That was a time. Holy shit.
Yeah. And I feel like a Rocky who deliberately seeks out a primarily narrative game about the personal trauma of sex work is not the Rocky who told me that he was not in the Cobra Club.
True enough.
So, yeah. So I'm here for this character arc, Rocky. I'm here for this character arc.
I'm trying. It's the theme of the year.
Yeah.
I think I got through most of everything. Yeah. Okay. So the only thing that's left on my list I haven't talked about, it's a very cute video game. It's called Rhythm Sprout. It is a rhythm video game where you play as a young onion knight to go save a cauliflower woman. She doesn't like you. She doesn't really like anyone. It's not super important. The important thing is that it's a good rhythm game, and it has a unique presentation. Each scene where you're playing through the song is actually the Onion Knight marching on their journey, and they'll stop to fight enemies from time to time, which serve as like interludes or possible like solos in the music that you're playing. I'm playing it on controller. It also has keyboard controls. I'm playing it on PC. And The rhythm game implementation is smooth. I think I'm like midway through chapter 2. The first chapter is very much like a tutorialization that ends in a boss fight, and the boss fight is actually one singular melody that like increases in speed like each time you cycle through it, and you get like 3 cycles. Like, it's smart about video game like implementation. It's smart about rhythm game implementation. It's a silly cover, but it's a good video game, and I think that's enough. Honestly, I don't think a video game needs to be more than that personally, but Rhythm Spout is good. I'm having a good time with it. I got it for like $25. I think did I see it in the direct and decide I wanted to buy it? I feel like that's what happened. I don't know if I can prove it right now.
I mean, we got time. We're gonna get there.
True. That's all my stuff. Tegan, please tell me about Genshin.
Oh, there's so much bullshit happening. It's so good.
Okay, I'm down.
Have you ever had a video game that you thought you had a very good idea of what was going on, and then they just said, no, you don't?
Almost all the time, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm still working my way through all the stuff that's going on in Sumeru, which is very fun, all on its own. I finally finished the King Deshret storyline, which is an ancient god king of knowledge, ? And sand. And now that I finished like the Archon quest, right, for Sumeru with the old God of Wisdom and her like breaking off a piece of the world tree to create the new God of Wisdom as an extension of herself sort of thing. And like now that I finished the King Deshret stuff, so far, I kind of understand a little bit more like his motivations for like teaming up with the God of Wisdom and why he sacrificed himself for the benefit of his people, and then how that in turn turned his most loyal followers, big quotes, into like almost an extremist group. Like, I get it now. A wild time, to be sure. Also, it's wandering around like the desert area and seeing everything is very much almost like seeing Horizon Zero Dawn for the first time. Like, it's a lot of genuine high-tech stuff to the point where the tech is magic.
Okay.
Without it being magic specifically, which is wild to me. But I do have still the entire new desert area to investigate, and somehow in between then and now I have to get 80 more dendrocules to max out my god statues. So that's gonna be fun and great and beautiful. Oh my god. And in the meantime, we're just, Genshin Impact decided, like, I know Lantern Rite was cool, and now an interlude. Let's go to Inazuma and do beetle battling. And so now I'm doing Onikabuto beetle battling. Onikabuto are like essentially Hercules beetles, like Japanese Hercules beetles. You can just find them around in Inazuma, and their level up materials for certain character, or their character level up materials for some characters in Inazuma. And like, it's just like, we're gonna turn that into an actual beetle brawl, so you can do Japanese bug fighting while all the nonsense is going on. Hope that's fun. See ya. And I was like, okay, cool. So the next thing is going to emotionally devastate me, right? Like, that's where we're going with this? And Genshin said yes, because they did their next patch breakdown. And the first thing that's coming is the next step in the world storyline, which is the storyline that involves your sibling specifically. And they said, yes, you're going to run into Dainsleif again. Yes, you're going to find out more about what's going on with your twin in the Abyss Order. And also Kaya is going to be there. And now everyone's going, oh no! Because they start the thing with like this audio line that says the Chasm event, or the Chasm event, which is what we did before we went to Sumeru, because the chasm is between Liyue and Sumeru. They said the Chasm event affected all Conrians, right? And we know Kaya is from Conria. So that's going to be great. And I'm not worried at all, as you can tell. I'm sure our cavalry captain is going to be just fine, actually.
Oh, God.
It's going to be good.
my mans.
He's so safe. It's going to be great. And they also announced a bunch of other fun stuff. There's a thing that's going to be happening later that I'll talk about in the news thing. But we're going back to Mondstadt. We're doing Windbloom again this year, which is very exciting. That's like the spring festival that's about giving, like, you basically are like supporting the Animo god, like praying to him. And it's like the one time that like people of Mondstadt are like even remotely like religious, if that makes sense. Like other characters are like, oh yes, our god, they live among us and they help us in our thing, and like our entire society is built around this. And it's like, Mondstadt's the city of freedom, bitch. We don't do anything for the Animo Archon, dab, except for one fucking wine festival every spring. Get fucked, actually. And so we're gonna get to do that, and everybody thought the like big rumor was like Dia was coming out. She's the Flame main mercenary from Sumeru. She's coming out. We knew that. Sino was coming out. He's getting his first rerun event. We kind of knew that. And then everybody was like, oh, we're doing Windbloom again. Like, that's what the data says. So we're going to get Eula rerun and Albedo rerun because it's Mondstadt characters. This will be great. Blah, 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 blah. And Mika, the new Mondstadt character is coming, and he's a cryo sword boy. Very cute, small. He looks like Len, like Kagamin Len from Vocaloid. So I'm gonna have my Miku girl, Windbow, and my sword frost boy, Len. It's gonna be great. But they were like, yeah, these guys are gonna be there. And it's like, no, ha. Your banners are gonna be Kamisato Ayaka and who's Inazuman, and was featured in the last event where she got a new character skin, a 5-star skin, that makes her look like she's cosplaying a character from Fontaine. So cosplay's a thing now in the Genshin universe, and they acknowledge it as such. Fun.
Let's go.
She's coming, and Shenhe is gonna be here, who is a cryo adepti 5-star, who was released last Lantern Rite. So no Mondstadt characters for the Mondstadt Windbloom event, which is fun, is raising a lot of questions in the people part. And then also, every like story event involves like different characters, even if it's like the same event. So like Lantern Rite involved like Hu Tao this year for a giant chunk of it, and a bunch of Fontaine characters and that kind of stuff. And last year it was mostly focused on Kuching and Xingqiu and Chunyun. Like, so it's all a little bit different, and there's some characters who like continue from like event to event to event, like playing a main role. Windbloom last year was mostly Jean and Lisa and Venti, which makes sense. They're all Mondstadt characters. And this year, we thought it was going to be, like, Albedo and Klee and, like, some other people. And no. No. This year, it's fucking the people that were highlighted in the version preview were Tainari, Sino, and Kale, who are all from Sumeru. And it's like, Kale's going to come and hang out with Amber, which will be very cute because Kale and Amber are, like, besties.
They're roommates.
No, they're not roommates. They're just besties. There are roommates, and it's Al Haytham and Kava, whatever his name is. They're roommates. Oh no, but no, these two are like literal besties. They're just like our friends, and like Kale's, the charm that holds her vision is like literally inspired and modeled after Amber's little bunny bow. They are besties. They write letters to each other all the time. All this stuff. She's the one who taught Kale how to glide and how to shoot a bow in the first place, and like the whole thing. They're besties. And so they're coming from Sumeru to Mondstadt for Windbloom. And that's like what the main plot of Windbloom is going to revolve around this time. Which is going to be interesting. All things considered. People are making edits of the live stream to cut out Tainari's voice in particular. Which is funny and also deserved. So,
yeah, I get fucked.
Yeah, we'll get there. That'll be in our news. But yeah, it's gonna be wild. Genshin's about to be absolutely nuts. And last year, when Sumeru came out in like September-ish, August, September-ish, people are sort of expecting that Fontaine is going to come out August, September-ish, in the like fall this year sometime.
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking for like more Fontaine characters are just showing up as like NPCs, just wandering around, which is pointing to that. But we haven't seen anybody in game yet that is like specifically 100% confirmed going to show up as they are, if that makes sense. We got like the Fontaine character leaks, and some of the character designs have since been updated to change like color palettes and that sort of thing. But overall, like design aesthetics are still the same. So it's gonna be interesting, I think. But I'm very concerned about this next Archon story stuff, and I'm also very concerned about what's going on with Windbloom. Fun. It's gonna be neat.
All right.
You get a lot of lore in these weird side events for reasons that I don't entirely understand, but okay. Like the time that they just casually told us that all of the monsters throughout the world that we've been killing randomly for quests are actually the Conrune people that have been turned into hilichurls, and they wear masks because they can't stand the sight of their own faces.
Oof.
And now they're just like, go fight these hilichurls. And we're like, but we know they're people. And they're like, yeah, go fight them. Bye. It's wild. It's a crazy time out here. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what happens. This game is gonna keep me entertained for literal years.
Literal years.
Literal years. So it has so far, yeah. And every single time there's an update, I'm just like, man, I really wish I hadn't missed that one update 4 months ago or whatever, so that I knew more about what was going on, because damn, I have questions.
Mm-hmm.
That's so funny. The people who stream, who record their events and post them to YouTube are literally about to be the backbone of this community, because like people who are getting in now who missed a bunch of events have no idea who some of these characters are or why the things are important. And like the people who have dedicated time to like documenting the lore and keeping shit straight for people, like heroes. Oh my god. And it's only gonna get worse. Isn't that great? By worse, I mean like more complicated, not like bad. God, there's just so many things happening. There's so many things happening. I don't know how they do it. But yeah, it's a good time. I'm having a time, and it is good, I think. I'm certainly thoroughly entertained.
Mm. Well,
there's so much happening.
Well, yeah, I get that.
That's, I think, everything big.
Okay. So, I guess we should do news.
Yeah, can I start?
Yeah, of course.
Can I start? Because I was just talking about Genshin Impact.
Yeah.
Good news, bad news.
Mm-hmm.
Bad news. Tainari's VA, his voice actor, Elliot Gindi, is essentially a pedophile. He was caught in his own Discord grooming minors and using other voice actors' names to lure people in. His Discord mods were like, "Hey, this is happening," and posted a whole big document with a bunch of screenshots in it of conversations between Elliot and like 15-year-olds and like this whole thing, right? And Elliot came on and said, yep, those are all true. That's me, and I sent those messages. Fame got to my head, and now I'm going to be taking a big social media break at the recommendation of my therapist. And Genshin Impact came out and said, we're reviewing everything. Hoyoverse, and we're reviewing everything, and we're gonna make some decisions here, and we'll let you know. And since this came out, and the time of recording, they have now announced that they are officially going to be replacing Tainari's voice actor. And Tainari's voice is featured prominently in the trailer, and so people have been editing it out and putting like Isabelle Animal Crossing speak over top of it, because Tainari is like a little fox boy. So they're just like, Animal Crossing speak, no one needs to know what he's saying, it doesn't matter. And they said, Hoyoverse has said that they're in talks with the people who do the casting for the voice actors and the actors union and all that stuff, and they're going to be replacing his lines and re-recording everything, and they're not gonna wait for one patch to release everything at once. They're re-recording these lines and will be releasing them as they finish them. So we're going to get a bunch of tiny patches that just have new voice lines for Tighnari, new voice lines for Tighnari, new voice lines for Tighnari, that are just the new voice actor once they're picked, uploading voices. So my guess is probably, maybe by Windbloom, the Windbloom event stuff will be done, but my bet is they're going to focus on Tighnari's, like, battle sounds first, and then Windbloom, and then go back and re-record previous events.
So
like the main storyline.
This feels like a good time to talk about like two things in passing.
Mm-hmm.
One, which is the alcoholic time traveling drunk scientist show.
Sure.
Okay.
And the other is the Wizard universe. And like talk about how those two things are distinct from what you're talking about right now. The alcoholic time traveling scientist show, the guy who created the alcoholic time traveling drunk scientist got fired from the show as a performer. All caps asterisk. He created the show, so he has an existing contract in which money continues to roll back to him as a creative who created the show.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, yes, he's not going to be a performer in future episodes going forward. No, he is no longer in the writing room. However, because he created it, he's still going to get paid.
Mm-hmm. He retains rights.
Right. Which is like the difference between when like somebody creates something and then like sells it off whole cloth, which means that they never get paid again after they sell it off whole cloth, versus they just get like banished to the hinterlands, but they still have a piece of it. Like say Justin Roiland or Roseanne Barr, like when these people were banished from their shows. And the other one is the Wizard universe. Like, not only is the person who created the Wizard universe still getting paid, they have said very, very loudly how they are going to spend the money that they get on, like, they're like, yeah, I'm going to get the money from the Wizard universe and I'm going to spend it on hateful things. Like, it is literally a thing that she has said. So, like, please bother to engage with the subtlety of things. Like I hate Victor Salva. I think Victor Salva is a terrible piece of shit. Victor Salva sold his rights whole cloth to the series Jeepers Creepers. So, like, if you engage with Jeepers Creepers now, because he sold his rights, it means that, like, future engagement with it doesn't pay him. So, like, bother to, like, learn these distinctions. It might feel laborious to do so at first, but, like, I guarantee you that you will feel better about it. And so, like, I'm glad to know that this Tighnari is like a contract VO person who doesn't have, say, like, long-term creative points,
right,
who is going to get money whether or not they get fired or not, like, say, Justin Roiland.
And and a similar thing did happen earlier last year with the Chinese VA for Oz, who is a side character who's featured with Fischl. His VA, Oz's VA in China, was outed as, a similar breed of terrible person, and Hoyoverse was very swift at that time as well in cutting him out entirely and then recasting him. So I really appreciate that Hoyoverse is just like, actually, no, we're not going to let this person continue to profit, and we are going to cut them out of all future things. It will just take us time. Please bear with us.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's good and important. And more properties should be comfortable doing that with shitty people involved with them.
Oh wait, what was the phrase that Ezra Miller can't be kicked out of the DC universe because his movie has a load-bearing retcon? That's what it was.
What?
Yeah, apparently.
Oh my god!
Because since they're rebuilding the DC universe, film universe based off of James Gunn's vision, there's something that happens in like the Flash's like movie as it stands that they can't throw out the movie, otherwise they can't make their other movies. That's the thing that that's the thing that's recently come out about that situation. Because Ezra Miller should probably almost certainly be in jail as opposed to like, still in movies for one of the largest film franchises on the planet. But like he's not, because they need the movie to come out so that they can make all the other James Gunn movies apparently.
Oh my god.
Brian, you were starting to say something.
Oh, I'm just thinking about like the notion of like load bearing retcon, and it's causing a blood vessel to burst in my forehead. And so if I die in recording, please.
If you die in recording, we will get your cats fed. Don't worry.
Yeah, I appreciate it. That's good. That's very good. And like I know that I don't have it formally written down somewhere, but like please get Kage a little sombrero. He deserves it.
Oh yeah, we could do that. That's easy.
Mm-hmm. You already live in Arizona, so
yeah. It's so fucking like, oh my god, like just like, oh, like I've heard that before, Rocky. And every time I hear it, I almost die. Just like, oh god, yeah, we can't cancel the premier Hawaiian terrorist movie, because it's the thing that establishes the multiverse that allows all of the existing products to exist, plus new products. And I'm just like, you know what? I fucking hate everything. Fuck all you people. Fuck this, fuck you, fuck me, fuck it all. Fuck it.
Here's the thing. They absolutely could cancel it. They just don't wanna.
They don't wanna.
That's the one.
They just don't wanna. And here's the thing is, if they did cancel it and they were like, who do you want to see cast as the new character? The fans would have 900 viable options to you in 5 minutes. And you would just have a list of people that they would be thrilled to see that you could then run actual background checks on to see if they're also going to make your film franchise implode, and then contact their agents, and then be fine. God damn.
You telling me that Christopher Abbott just can't be the Flash tomorrow?
I mean, I'm sure he could be the Flash tomorrow, but he'd need fitted for the suit. And if we could make being fitted for the suit part of the, experience of him being the Flash tomorrow, I think it would sell tickets.
Yeah.
People love the hero suit journey as much as they love seeing the people they like play heroes. Because then you get to redesign a suit, and what does the new suit look like? And
people live for that shit, yeah.
Comic book nerds love that shit. I'm sure there's another version of the suit that exists in the comic book universe that you could pull, that looks sick as hell.
It's just he runs fast. Who cares? Like, it's the fun.
The Flash needs to be funny, though. The Flash, he doesn't just run fast, is the thing. This is the thing that it has been established in the comics that I love, that they won't do in the movies, and it pisses me off. The Flash does not just run fast, okay? The Flash moves so fast regularly that other people are moving in slow motion. Like, it takes what feels like months for other people to cross the room to the regular Flash. Like, that's why he's the one who's zipping up to people, because it takes other people too long to do things. I want to see that. Let me see that. God damn it. Remember that part in Megamind?
What is this
Where
podcast?
he's like, I faked my own death. I pretended copper was my one weakness so that I could fake my own death. And in the meantime, I went around the world and had this existential crisis and came to terms with the fact that I just wasn't the hero that they needed at the time, and I had to let people take a break, and also I needed a mental health break from being a hero, and so I just existed in a hyper fast time space for months while you guys sorted that out and while I ate my feelings in these millions of tubs of ice cream. Remember when that happened? That's the Flash's entire existence. Oh my god. And they put it in the movie, and guess what? It was great.
Well, it's great. Shout out to Megamind.
Megamind is such a good movie. Mad about it.
You're mad about
Brian,
it?
I'm gonna make you watch Megamind too.
Brian's seen Megamind, right? You've seen Megamind.
Brian, have you seen Megamind?
Brian has not seen Megamind.
Ah, shit, Brian! All we had to do was say yes!
Now we have to watch Megamind. I win. I win! It's so good!
Let the record show this is the second watch along that we figured out today. Because I was like, all right, we're watching the Final Destination picture. So we've gotten two watch alongs figured out today. That feels productive.
Oh, if we've done nothing else this recording session, we figured out 2 watch alongs.
We also fucking talked about Discord kittens and Final Fantasy 14, which feels like that was important. That was important because I feel like there were walls that got broken down between Final Fantasy 14 and me, and Final Fantasy 14 and Tegan, where I was like, oh no, I just got a bottom for healers on Final Fantasy 14. It's what I've got to do, but that's neither here nor there, y'all. That's
I said you needed to bottom for healers. I told you should have been a tank. It's fine. You know what? It's fine. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Look, you didn't use the right words, Rocky.
I didn't use the right words. That's fine. That's okay. I'm just saying. I feel like I said that. Vote now on your phones.
Oh my god. So yeah, that's what's going on at Genshin Impact.
Sure.
Wasn't that fun?
It was a good time.
Tag team.
So, because we're getting closer to the end of Q1, some live services games are being canceled.
What is even happening? They're all dying
because they're expensive.
Why is Thanos in charge of video games?
No, it's because everyone wanted to make a new live service game in hopes of being the new Fortnite. Because Fortnite blew up out of nowhere and they made $8 billion in a year. So we can make a couple million. Turns out it's expensive and it's hard to hold that kind of attention. That happens.
Look, they weren't even first. Oh, God,
no, they weren't. No. What are you gonna do? It happens, dude. But so everyone's canceling their live service games. A lot of them, I think actually the Final Fantasy Battle Royale should be closing up at the end of this month. Knockout City is actually also going to be shut down at the end of this month. This is your last week to play Knockout City. Good luck, have fun. And that's a fucking travesty because Knockout City. Wait, not Knockout City. Rumbleverse is one that's getting shut down at the end of this month. My bad.
Mm-hmm.
Knockout City is getting shut down at the end of June. But at least at the end of June, you'll be able to download for free a private server version of the game. So you can run your own server and play with your friends, which I know Hennessy wants to do because he loves Knockout City. It's so good, actually. Not Battle Royale dodgeball game, but Arena Fighter dodgeball game is solid. It's a good video game. Same with Rumbleverse. But Rumbleverse, it didn't work out. So they're packing it up. It's going to end at the end of February 28th, 2023. So if you want to get in, play a little Rumbleverse, get it shaken in Grapple City, go for it. Have fun because you're running out of time. But it sucks because I know they're closing live service games. They're shutting them down because they cost a lot of money to run, server space, dev teams, and all the other shit. And if they are not pulling in a reciprocal amount of money or even an extreme amount of money, a lot of teams, they don't want to play with it. They don't want to hold it the long term because your costs only get bigger, and if your check doesn't get bigger at the same time, it becomes a pain in the ass. They're cutting it off.
Mm-hmm.
Rip. But at least these two games, the two games that I care about, Rumble versus Knockout City, I'm very upset. It shows me again that we are not ready for nice things. Hopefully we'll be ready in the future. But I'm going to just try to hold out until then. As far as like the other stuff, like the Final Fantasy live service game, get the fuck out of here. I don't even know why that happened. I'm still mad about it. Why did I need a Final Fantasy VII Battle Royale? Who cares? But this shouldn't have happened in Rumble versus Knockout City, and I stand by it.
They didn't deserve it. Also, everybody needs to stop trying to be Fortnite.
Yeah. Find something else to do.
Be something better.
Sure. I mean, Fortnite's cool in its own right. I do actually stand by the assertion that Fortnite is the closest thing that we have to the metaverse, assuming that there is any real promise of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it does feel like a real like third space to hang out on the internet. Like it's a lot more accessible than say something like VR chat.
Mm-hmm.
But it's doing its own thing, and they're going to have to topple down at some point. And like all Fortnite is trying to do, or has been trying to do for recent material memory, is just make sure that you know what it is forever. And they're trying very hard. They're spending most of their money trying to do it. No one's really trying to, try to live off the interest there. They're just trying to scramble for relevance, and they're going to do that for as long as they can. I don't think Fortnite will ultimately stand the test of time. I mean, I could be wrong about it. But even then, I don't even think it's one of the greatest video games that have come out in the last decade. I don't even think it makes top 100 for me. Maybe not even top 1,000. There's a lot of great shit out there. And like Fortnite is just something that takes up space rather than like, creates it personally.
Like,
I think it'll leave a cultural mark, but I don't know if that cultural mark will be like something that people end up revisiting, if that makes sense. But right. I think it'll remain like a talking point.
Right.
So two simultaneous thoughts.
Sure.
Where I think this is a case of like when two things can be true at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
One, NES game Star Tropics that actively requires you to have the map that came in the box to do the thing.
Sure.
Right. And like as we slip further and further away from the time that Star Tropics was released, like there are fewer and fewer people who are like start playing Star Tropics like maybe via a ROM or whatever, and they get to the part that needs the map from the box, and they're like, "What is even happening?" And like, sure, some people will go find out what they need to know from it so that they can proceed, but for some people, it is just a wall. It is a technical wall because they don't have the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And like I think that the wall that exists for Fortnite is cultural but not technical. Mm-hmm. And so like I think that there will be people who will like 10 years from now, 15 years from now, like look at like a live concert by Deadmau5 from Fortnite and go like, what the fuck was that? What was that? Other thing is that like I think that there will be like an instinctual urge by people 10 to 15 years from now to say something like broad and dumb, like, "Oh, Fortnite was never relevant." And to those people, I would like to be very first in line to say, "Shut up, fuck you."
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, it reminds me of all the people who, like, within the last several months said this favorite line of mine: "Avatar was never culturally relevant." And I'm like, y'all are about to be so very, very wrong. So very, very wrong. Like, what are you talking about? Like, Avatar never made anything. I'm like, you sure about that? Because, like, Avatar 2, the water-based revenge, is about to make all of the money in the known universe. It's like, no one will care. And then Avatar 2 came out and became the third biggest movie of all time. They're like, we're baffled. We thought no one liked Avatar. I'm like, you are confusing no one liked Avatar for I do not personally like Avatar. Like, there is a gulf of difference, and like there does seem to be cases where like in cultural criticism people confuse their own personal taste for prevailing cultural sentiment.
Sure.
And I think that will be a issue when it comes to like assessing the historical importance of Fortnite.
That's fair, I think.
Yeah. Oh, I actually got to a point without spending 900 years. Good for me.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. What else is going on? Is it Nintendo Direct time? Please understand. Is it please understand time?
Let me do one more first.
Okay.
I want to talk about this this Microsoft Activision merger. It's
the one that's being blocked in Europe or whatever?
Yeah. There's been a lot of roadblocks over the years, it's been a couple of years now, right? Or maybe like a year and a half.
Year and a half,
yeah. Because they announced the merger, and then Sony got real up in arms. Like, what does that mean for Call of Duty? And Call of Duty is like, we're cool with whatever happens. And then like Microsoft says, you can have Call of Duty for a while. Who cares? And like, there's definitely something going on behind the scenes, like about fighting about it, to the point where like Microsoft offered Sony 10 years of Call of Duty access in order to close the deal, and it's still not closed yet. And it looks like there's a new roadblock in the UK, where the UK has been convinced, or at least the responsible regulator, that the deal is likely anti-competitive. And Kodak even flew out to the UK itself to try to bully/scare the UK into supporting the deal. It's like, you guys are fighting about us. Like, you got to worry about the games that China's making. We'll never be able to compete with them if they ever leave their own market. And it's, or like, what's it called? They also went out of the way to say, if you guys don't approve this merger, like, UK is going to be, it's not like, it's, I forget what the actual like term that he said, but he was basically saying that you're going to tank your own tech economy if you don't sign off on this deal, UK. Like, so get your PRs on the phone to like tell them to say yes on this deal. And it also turns out that Microsoft and Activision have subpoenaed both Nintendo and Google so that they can testify regarding the details of this deal for some reason. So it's a mess, and it's only getting bigger. I can't wait to tell you more as soon as I know it.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so tired.
The girls are fighting.
The girls are fighting.
I can't believe we're in the middle of a custody battle right now. Wow. Who's gonna get the 10 remaining dollars in my wallet? Like,
Daddy must, so you can leave your 2-factor on.
And then you got 2 left cheeks. Until next month.
You know what? If Elon Musk charges me to 2-factor authenticate with another application, I will simply deactivate my Twitter. I don't need it.
I hear that.
Oh my god.
Oh man, fucking Twitter. But yeah, that was the last thing. We can lean to the direct. Honestly, is this going to be its own show? Whatever, we'll figure it out.
Oh, no.
Figure it out. Hey, we're allowed to do long shows on occasion, especially when we miss very important weeks in gaming. Because of things. This is just a product of our own hubris.
Oh my god, sure, let's do it. Come on, let's go.
A Nintendo Direct happened. Indeed. Oh my god, so many things. Wow. We're not going to go through every single game on this list, obviously, right? No, that's too many games. There's so much. It was a 40-minute Direct. You have already seen it, likely, on Nintendo's YouTube page, or your favorite streamer reacted to it, or you watched us live tweet about it like crazy people. This was supposedly only about games coming out in the first half of 2022. 2022. And then they announced a bunch of games coming out in early 2023. Or 2020, whatever. Fuck. What year is it? 2023 and then 2024. Oh god, everything is a mess. Jesus Christ. It's a time here. Love it. The big hits, right? Mm-hmm. They started with Pikmin 4. And
with a dog.
With a dog? There's a Pikmin dog now. There's Ice Pikmin now that freeze an entire passage so that you can walk over it. Mm-hmm. And like, also you can, or all your little Pikmin can jump on the back of your little dog and the dog can swim across. Very good. That's some quality of life improvement. Mm-hmm. Oh my god. Will I play Pikmin 4? No. Nope. I'm not gonna play it. Are you kidding me?
Oh
Pikmin original stressed me out too much.
Fair enough.
I am not very good at time management games, so too much, too many. I don't think any of us play Xenoblade. The expansion.
I don't play Xenoblade. I've been recommended to play it, and maybe once I'm ready to give 500 plus hours to a new thing that's not Monster Hunter, I'll pick it up. But I did see that like Aged Up Rex was announced in the expansion pass, and people were really excited about that. Good for them.
So Xenosaga 3, right? Is the third Xenoblade or whatever.
Okay.
The shit in the first Xenoblade and in the second Xenoblade are set up for the third Xenoblade, and they're set up for Act 2 of the third Xenoblade. Not even the first half of the third Xenoblade. So like, it's gonna be a whole thing if you decide to play it, just so you know.
Fair enough.
Great. Then we got Samba de Amigo, we don't care. Fashion Dreamer.
Oh, hold on.
Fashion Dreamer? Do we care about the Monkey Maraca game?
I think it's cool that this game that used to be big in arcades finds a new life on the Switch. I think that's cool for them. Have fun.
I mean, that's great, but if you have a Switch Lite, you need to buy separate Joy-Cons in order to play it.
That's true.
So, there is that. Fashion Dreamer, though, is the successor to the Style Savvy series.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Are we excited? Yes.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are. We're gonna play it.
Hell yeah.
There are more games we don't care about. I understand this. I have understood this as far as what the internet has told me about Ghost Trick Phantom Detective.
Okay.
You just have to play it.
You just gotta play it.
We can't tell you what it's about. You just have to play it. It's one of those games you have to experience. And if you don't experience it organically, then, are you really experiencing it? So just, maybe consider checking it out. That's what I've gathered from the internet about it, so I guess I'm gonna play Ghost Trick.
Cool. You're gonna have fun, so there's that.
Yep. We saw another cop game. We're not gonna play the cop game. And then we saw Bayonetta Origins. Very cute. It's coming out in March. Surprise. Holy shit. Fast. It looks cute. I like the art style. I probably won't play it, but I will watch people play it because that looks cute.
Word.
And then the thing I'm excited about that I absolutely lost my shit over, Splatoon 3 DLC. Right? Yep. I have purchased it officially, and I am ready and waiting. The Inkopolis DLC comes February 28th. Surprise. Yeah. It said spring, and then they said spring is actually the last day of February. And then we're gonna get fucked up side campaign in Octarian territory called Side Order in the future. I expect that to be like June, because honestly, Nintendo would do that to me. Yep. But the Inkopolis DLC comes with some additional perks, right? All merchants are gonna be selling 9 items now instead of just 6.
Hell yeah. Which
is gonna be great. They're bringing in addition to the Inkopolis DLC itself, starting in the spring the fresh catalog, which starts March 1st. They're going to bring back a ton of Inkopolis faves from the first Splatoon game as far as like fashion items go, including my favorite boots, which I'm thrilled about. They've also announced the return of the Kraken Ultimate and a new Ultimate that's like little faux fucking super jump splat bombs, which is going to be a nightmare to figure out. I can't wait. I can't wait for that spread. It's going to be good. Yeah, Disney's getting an expansion. Good for them. Fire Emblem Engage expansion pass DLC is out. Good for them. Enjoy your boys and girls as they have been released. Fall of Reverie, a visual novel with gods, and also you have predictive powers. Sounds 100% like my bullshit. Cool. Is it anyone else's bullshit? No. Okay. My bullshit then. I'm going to play it. It sounds like fun. That's not coming out till June, so I have time. The Octopath Traveler 2. February 24th. Demo's out.
Game's going to be out on Friday. I'm going to play it.
It's going to be good. I can't wait. Are you going to stream it?
Yeah, stream it.
Hell yeah. That's our new Monday game. I don't know if that's our new Monday game. I just said that.
I mean, it might be, but also I'm going to start it on Friday.
Fair. We Love Katamari Reroll Plus Royal Reverie Edition coming out physical and digital.
I believe Brian actually messaged us in their chat, say put the Katamari directly into my veins. Is that right?
Accurate. This is the thing I said.
Accurate. I am about to offer you a piece of advice. If you want this game, pre-order it now. If you are looking for the physical edition of this game, pre-order it now. Because when Katamari Reroll came out, the first one, that fucking sold out day one, and then no one could find it for 3 months.
Yeah.
So if you are wanting, specifically the physical edition of that game, pre-order that shit, or you're not gonna find it for months. There. That's your warning from your friendly former GameStop employee. Sea of Stars, which we played the demo of on stream.
Which is gonna be fantastic. So I've been very buttoned up about it on Twitter. I've always whenever Sabotage Studios throws up another 12 seconds of videos, hey, this is what we've been working on, and it's just some of the most amazing pixel RPG shit that you've ever seen in your life, and it's just I look forward to playing this video game. And but the thing is, guys, Sea of Stars is gonna be so fucking sick. Oh my god! It's gonna change your life and you're not even fucking playing it! They're gonna be studying this game for fucking decades!
It's true.
It's gonna be so great! Brian Cartwright, you need to look at this shit. I swear to God. It does everything right. It refreshes the RPG formula. It makes it an interactive, easy to look at thing to play. The writing is solid and silly. It's the type of shit that oh god, what was the name of that cartoony platform RPG that came out? The one with the sailing girls or whatever. She had an axe that she could platform with. Indivisible. Oh, yeah. It's doing everything that Indivisible wanted to do. It's not mashy. You can't just face roll your way through everything. So you actually play it. It's balanced. You can see visible progress as you grow. Your characters go up in level and shit, and you get new skills. But you see yourself get better at executing everything. It's the perfect marriage of fucking Dark Souls and Mario Luigi Superstar Saga. It's so good. It's gonna be amazing. And as always, I look forward to playing this video game.
Jesus Christ. Rocky, you definitely came with that with all of the enthusiasm and all of the vigor. All of it. I didn't know you had that much left in the tank, man.
Oh. I contain multitudes, Brian Cartwright.
All right. Apparently so. Oh.
There are other video games that were announced at this direct, I think, Tegan.
Yeah, hang on, sorry. It turns out the Tears of the Kingdom art book has leaked.
Oh, amazing.
And I'm trying to get a link to it because I want to see it.
Yeah.
I could not secure a pre-order. Anyway, we'll get there.
Leak trackers have been looking at it for 2 days, Tegan. I want you to know that I've already looked.
Anyway, I don't care about this. Etrian Odyssey Origins Collection. Did you buy Etrian Odyssey on any of the things that it came out? Did you, like me, buy it for 3DS and then not play it? Well, good news. You could buy it again on June 1st and not play it.
If you'd like to continue to not play Etrian Odyssey, they encourage you to play this and to buy this and not play it.
I'm actually interested because I always meant to play Etrian Odyssey. I really did. I never got it. But Etrian Odyssey is also showing as a premium Switch game. It's that and Tears of the Kingdom are games that are actually being posted for post $60. And people are yelling about Tears of the Kingdom. They're gonna, maybe everyone will buy the voucher or whatever. Honestly, if I could get the voucher and get both Etrian Odyssey Origins and Tears of the Kingdom for $100, that'd be a huge steal. But I don't think
that would be a huge steal. But also, Nintendo did give all their developers a 10% raise this year. So
that's true. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Right? It's like if game prices go up so that developers can make more money, I am surprisingly okay with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
In other crazy news, Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp got an actual second release date on April 1st.
Wait,
is it April 21st. April
Okay.
21st. I can read the numbers I put on the screen. April 21st. And here's the thing. The EU has also just recently announced that Russia is officially at war with the EU. So, like, I hope that date stays for you guys.
Oh, God.
Jesus Christ. Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe with a new story after you finish the regular game is coming out on Friday also. The demo is available if you want to play it. Looks cute. Looks like a Kirby game. I hope it does well. And then they were like, ha ha ha, guess what? Did you want Game Boy and Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance on your Switch Online expansion pack? Here you are. Ta-da!
Yeah. Today, enjoy.
There are games near and dear to my heart, of course. There's like the original Kirby game on there. The Mario games. We got our Legend of Zelda games, Link's Awakening specifically. And next, we're gonna get Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons. Minish Cap coming. I'm gonna play all these fucking games on stream. Like, I don't know when, but I'm gonna do it. Very excited for all of those. Haha, available right now. And also with the Game Boy Color pack, you can switch between the classic green Game Boy screen, the classic, the Game Boy Black and White screen, or your Game Boy Color screen. Very exciting. Looks great. Metroid Prime Remastered, the digital version is out. The physical version comes out when this comes out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, same day. Hope you like that. It looks good. People who like Metroid are thrilled, from what I can tell.
So wild. Let's go.
I believe that's another cop game. Yeah, I think that's another cop game.
Master Detective Archives, Rain Code? Yeah. Cop game.
Another cop game. We don't play cop games. Fantasy Life, Girl Who Steals Time. If you liked Fantasy Life, guess what? Here you go. Second Fantasy Life game. Enjoy. And then they said, hey, remember, Level 5 said, hey, remember Professor Layton? We're doing another one of those. I hope you guys will check it out. It's called The New World of Steam, and we don't know when it'll be ready, but we're doing it. I hope you have fun. And I said, yes. I said, that's my dad. And then they announced for Mario Kart a brand new course. Whole new course, not an import course, a different course. And then Birdo is coming. That's coming this spring sometime. They did a bunch of indie reel games, which are fine, including the Tales of Symphonia Remastered Edition, which is already out by the time you hear this. I hope you're enjoying that. And then they said, The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. Remember that game? It's coming out on May 12th. And also, the pre-order bonus, here it is. Here's the collector's edition. It's lovely. And I went, great. And immediately, I could not find it. And it's on sale on eBay for like $200, and I'm mad about it. So I'm going to figure that out. But they also announced a Zelda amiibo, a Link Tears of the Kingdom amiibo, and I have successfully pre-ordered that one. So, at least I get something.
Hell yeah.
No art book for me, though. No pins with the cool runes for me to explore. I'm sad. This is just like when I missed out on the Legend of Zelda Master Sword edition of Breath of the Wild. I'm suffering here, but at least I'm going to get my amiibo.
Oof. I did find Tears of the Kingdom links. I don't think these are high quality, but they do have links to some of the users on Reddit that have been sharing them.
Amazing. Thank you very much. If you want to hear my entire breakdown, my 2.5-hour breakdown of the trailer that came out, the additional minute of trailer that came out, you can check that out on Chat of the Wild. It's already out. I'm right is the thing. I love knowing that I'm right and I am correct. It's my favorite thing. I'm wrong about some stuff, I'm sure, but it's gonna be so good.
Hell yeah.
And that's everything that came out in the Nintendo Direct. I breezed through a lot of it. I hope that's okay.
Brian has thoughts. He's been saving them.
Yes.
All right, so I like this is more like first off like a general thought about the way that Nintendo Directs work. Like, why is it that they'll have like three directs in a row where they'll be like, "Hey, everybody, Connect 4 is finally coming to Nintendo Switch," and I'll be like, "What are you doing? What is happening? What is going on?" They're like, "That's right. You can shake your Joy-Cons to reset the Connect 4 board, and it's dropping later today." And I'm like, no. What are you doing? And like a good 75% of Nintendo Directs just feel like what I'll call decoy directs. They are decoy directs. But like this did not feel like a decoy direct. This felt like a real direct.
Yes.
Yeah. So I guess what I'm just saying is like, someone please explain to me the formula. Like, is there a way that we can figure out which one will be real directs versus which one will be decoy directs?
Real directs are at least 40 minutes long. Decoy directs are about 20 minutes long.
We don't know that until it's over, I guess, is another point. Like, like, how can I know? How can I plan ahead of time? Like, oh, decoy direct. Like, how do I know? How do I know?
My guess is the time. If it's not phrased for a specific game, and it's not 40 minutes, it is likely a decoy direct. Because they'll be like, "Oh, we're having a Pokemon Direct," and you'll know if you give any shit about Pokemon, you'll want to watch that. Because they'll do like they'll do like 10 to 15 minutes on the card game, maybe. They'll do like 10 minutes on various like mobile app projects, and then they'll do whatever the next big announcement is on its own thing. But if they squeeze a Pokemon thing into a regular Direct, it's probably not necessarily like the update you're expecting. It's the update that says there's going to be more on the Pokemon Direct on this date. You know?
Right. Okay. I am glad that the announcement of Game Boy games and Game Boy Advance games was like suitably weird. I am surprised that they held on to it for this long, which is like, because we've seen the fucking patent filings. We like, because of the patent filings, we knew this was happening. We have known that this shit was coming for like a year now. Like, I think the first time we talked about Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games coming to Nintendo Switch Online was about a year ago on this show. You know, because that was when the patent filings happened. Why did they sit on it so long?
I think because they have a larger plan for it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
I guess too.
Yeah, I honestly believe that like maybe they had it working and they had a couple ROMs that they could just throw out that day. But if I remember correctly, like about a year ago, like that was still when like the shitty mini consoles were still coming out and people like ripped into those, even the PlayStation 1, if I remember correctly.
Oh, and especially the PlayStation 1.
Right. So like my guess is they had something that worked. They had proof of concept, but they saw how half-baked products were getting roasted in like the public. And even if it was like commercially successful, which they're not selling a box with this, like they would be using this to try to get people to sign up for the subscription service, which people were already yelling about. They decided to like iron out like a real content plan and like suggest that there is going to be real like support for it over the long term. Like if it turns out in 18 months, like we only have like say maybe a handful more Game Boy Color Advance Pocket games, and it doesn't feel like a good value proposition, I'll take it back. But like my guess, if the reason they sat on it is because they wanted to see if they could plan something that could be good over the long term, so they don't get roasted the way that their contemporaries have been.
I hope you're right. It's just like I look at like how meager the Nintendo Switch Online support has been versus Virtual Console for the 3DS and the Wii. Like there were tons of games that got support for 3DS, Wii, and Wii U, but like the support for Nintendo Switch Online has been remarkably meager. Like it's.
I feel like it's different though. Like I think they want to run this as a live service, and like maybe that's not the best way to do it. Maybe allowing people to purchase ROMs a la carte to run would be faster and more immediate and successful. But I think they're really trying to lean on this live service thing specifically to try to build something closer to like what PS Plus was in its heyday.
Yeah.
And so I could see an outcome where they're wrestling with this specifically because they have an end game or an end goal in mind that I agree may not be the most consumer friendly, but is designed to like be something they can build on over the long term.
Yeah. I mean, I just think about how like in the last, like, especially the last 6 months, we've seen so many different companies reckoning with the fact that like the way that they manage all one price streaming services is just simply not profitable. Like we've seen like Warner and Universal and Paramount all going like, oh my God, we're giving away the farm, and
right.
And it like I just have to wonder, like, all right, so now that like these large companies are figuring out that you can't just like give everything away and assume it will be profitable, when is that logic going to trickle its way into the game industry? Because like we have had Microsoft buying up studios like left and right, being like, hey, don't worry, you'll be able to buy it day one on Game Pass. And I'm like, okay, well, like when is the other shoe going to drop? Because like right now, like this all hinges on the idea that like that they're realizing install base that they hadn't realized before, because they want people who are currently primary PlayStation owners to buy Xboxes, going like, oh, there's enough Xbox games that I would like to play without having to like spend additional money on, that it's worth it for me to buy into that ecosystem. But like once they're bought into the ecosystem on the premise that they don't have to spend more money other than a single annual subscription, where's the profitability? I mean, I guess in that case, like it's Microsoft's like 30% cut off of everything sold off of a digital storefront. So like, is the thing that happens with like, say, Microsoft and Nintendo products that eventually they're like, in order for the premise of this whole thing to work, is that they have to force people into like not having access to physical media, or like, but no, I guess they can get their kind of physical media too. But what happens? Like, I mean, I guess they do make more money on digital because now they don't have to produce the physical like cartridge or disc, but still, like, how is this sustainable? In its current model, like, I feel like the a la carte ROMs, like while not as like immediately satisfying to a user, is just like, I turned it on and there it was, like,
right.
But at least there was more, and it like there were, by this point in the life cycle for the GBA, there was already like 5 times as many Game Boy games available to buy on the 3DS. So like where is it? And I know that like a lot of it has to do with the fact that like because they've shifted their model. A lot of companies are like, hey, we're just going to re-release our own ROM a la carte and not participate in your service. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm rambling.
No, I mean, I get it. Like,
Yeah.
I'd be interested to see if this carries over into whatever post-Switch world we end up in.
Mhm.
And because to me personally, I think that's the only justification that I can think of the top of my head why switching to a live service would be meaningful in any real way. But like the same way that that Sony has been struggling with translating like PS5 or translating PS Plus to PS5. I imagine something similar will happen to the Switch. And like Xbox or Microsoft definitely obviously had that problem, but they decided to reinvent the wheel and create a new service offering, which is also a choice that maybe Nintendo will run into. I hope they don't. I hope that like this live service thing actually leads to a pervasive like access to like the ROMs that are available, even if they are just on a subscription as opposed to a la carte ROMs. I think it's more, I think if that were to happen, like across like future Nintendo like offerings and you keep your subscription, you could like you could keep access to the same library as it grows over time, assuming that they continue to support it. At that point, it would be like a lateral move as opposed to a step back versus like the Wii U,
Right.
Wii 3DS era. But again, I don't know if that's their plan. But if they have those considerations, I say let them cook. And if they fuck it up, then fuck them. And that'll be that, I guess. You know, I'll find something else to do with my time.
Wild.
Do we have more direct thoughts? Because otherwise, we have like one little thing that I want to do at the end.
Well, then let's do the thing.
Yeah, I don't think we have any more direct thoughts, so go for it.
Okay, so one thing that I've meditated on for a while is that I know that sometimes we get to a point in the show where we're just like, oh man, we're exhausted. That's the end of the show. Have a good week or whatever. And I wanted to do a thing where I found good things that were going on in the industry. So I wanted to highlight two things that have been happening in the video game industry. One is that Spliced Inc., which I believe is a spinoff of NetEase, has established a new global remote-first video game studio. It includes senior developers that worked on Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto, and other established properties. And what they're doing is that they're purposely shifting their studio model to a completely new model. I mean, not completely new. I mean, most indie studios nowadays have like either largely remote teams, if not generally remote teams. But this is a large studio that's trying to create a studio that prioritizes remote work over like in-person work and see how that lasts. I hope it goes well. And at the very least, I think there will be things to learn from this venture. So I'm going to be paying attention to it. The other thing I wanted to highlight is that there's a Finnish studio, Fingersoft, that mostly works on mobile games, is offering their employees the ability to work shorter 6-hour days in general. It's not perfect. They are saying as part of the opt-in is that the people will earn 90% of their full salary as a result. But Fingersoft is arguing that the 6-hour work days for 5 days a week is better than the 4-day work week. So you shave off 10 hours a week, which is, actually maybe closer to like a quarter of your work time, assuming you don't go over, and you still earn 90% of your salary. I think it's ultimately a good deal. I wish they didn't have to take the pay cut at all. But I want to see what happens when people opt into this and see if it works over the long term. Because I mean, if that's something that can be viable, especially in like office work, especially tech, that could be a good thing that could spread to other places. And Finland is as good a place to try it as any. So we'll see what happens.
Finland also has like a more robust social safety net structure.
Mm-hmm.
So that also like works in the employee's favor there.
Mm-hmm.
Like the US would not be able to do that with how we currently are.
Yeah, that's fair. But
there's no way.
I feel like personally, like in the interest of like living in a better world, we have to maybe try a couple of things and figure out what things that can be beneficial to us.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm keeping track of this, among other things that are a bit more personal. But I did want to highlight these things that I found that have been emerging as new ideas or like new ventures in the video game industry that may contribute to better labor conditions in service of a better world.
Rocky,
Mm-hmm.
where can people find us? What do we do?
Oh, yeah. So, this is still a podcast. We do this every other week. You can find us wherever podcasts are found, honestly. iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, but not SoundCloud. We don't talk about SoundCloud. But if you are interested in any other stuff that we're doing, you can find us on Patreon. We do monthly watch-alongs now. We've been working on getting those on the schedule. We do monthly anime episodes and, audio essays about things that we care about. We have a Sundance recording that should be going up later in the week, I think.
It's a big boy, too. It's a big one. So.
We also, if you want to, have a more, intimate connection with us, parasocial, if you will, you can find us. We do stream a couple times on Twitch at twitch.tv/Impossible Coin. You can also find us on social media. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. Brian's on Twitter. Tegan's on Tumblr. It's all Impossible Coin. There's no dashes or underscores or anything weird like that. And again, if you do see something weird like Impossible Coin, people who are trying to be the Impossible Coin podcast, and you can tell that it's not us, please let us know. Find us on the Discord. Find us at a avenue that's Impossible Coin is set up that you trust, and we'll try to do what we can about it. We'll see what happens. And as always, thanks to our patrons. We really appreciate you. Thank you for looking out for us. I think did we do the Patreon thank you last show?
We did.
Okay, so then we'll thank you guys again in a little while, but we appreciate you all the same. And I think that's us. Oh, wait. Forgot some thank yous. My bad. There's music at the beginning and end of the show. It's produced by Big Satch. You can find him on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/BigSatchNJ. And if you want to talk to the man, the myth, the legend, you can find him while you still can on Twitter at Hillary_Swink. And we have a t-shirt, and it's also our logo. It was designed by Lauren Moran. You can follow her on Twitter at Lauren Moran and consider donating to her Patreon because, again, her shit's amazing. Legitimately incredible. So check it out whenever you have some time. But yeah, that's us. That's the show.
Oh, peace.
Hey.
Thank you for podcasting.
It's official. You suck.